Good evening, everyone. Boom, boom, kaboom. Yes, it's Noof Nukem in the room, and welcome back to another episode of Gaming After Dark. Yes, 2 weeks in already. Where does the time go? It felt like an eternity before I could bring back this podcast, and here we are. A little short-handed tonight, however, as it looks like internet troubles are going to keep Cerebral Paul and the Wize Old Gamer at bay. Who knows? We may have a few surprise guests along the way, and hey, the bat signal is always open, so if anyone would like to drop in, just send me a message send me a message in the chat, and I'll send you a message back via the Twitter and send out the link, all that good stuff. So again, here we are, guys. Yes, Gaming After Dark. It was a pretty big day today. Some big news actually in the last couple of days worth noting. But before we get into all the topics and to our amazing chat, let's give a big shout out to the man who is making it happen. Yes, my brother, Sir X-Man in the building.
Hello, let's have some fun. This is going to be really interesting. They finally showed God of War. What's this world coming to?
It is coming to Ragnarok. That's what it's coming to, baby.
No,
Yes,
you say it
indeed.
like this, new Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, State of Play today, as well as Nintendo Direct. A lot of big games announced, I guess, on both, depending on how you look at it. We may touch on the Nintendo Direct very quickly. I don't have a lot to say about it because, honestly, it's Nintendo Directs generally don't get me very excited. So, anyway, we're going to get right into it. And let's give a shout out to the amazing chat, starting with our good friend Doggy Dog 420, who's one of the first guys here. And he's already dropping a hot $1.99 in the chat. GAD time. Woo! Yeah, baby. It is woo indeed. All right. We got the boss mod, Lethal Papa, hanging out with us. My good friend Spider-Man 356, John 907, Mr. Bushido. What's going on, brother? Kyle Grant is in the building. How's it going? Talus Ray. What's going on, my brother? Drunken Donut. Yes. Hello and welcome. We also got Casket Repair in the house with us tonight. Good to see a Casket as always. Doggy Dog, as I mentioned earlier, is here. You're wicked hot hanging out with us as well. Dre Venero and many more. Guys, I'll try to certainly give you a shout out and acknowledge you as we go along. If I don't, I do apologize in advance. That one Doom guy. What's happening, brother? Good to see you here. All right, so like I said, hopefully the Wize Old Gamer and perhaps Cerebral Paul may come shortly, but we will see how that goes. All right, so let's get down to the brass tacks. Real quickly, guys, just before we get into the Bonnie Ross topic, let's just quickly talk about a little gem from the past that has now come back to our lives. It is 007, as Spider-Man just mentioned, the 007 shit show. Yes, it is back as we remember it, and to some degree better. If you didn't catch all the news, it is coming back to the Xbox platform and to Nintendo Switch. The Xbox getting the 4K up-res version, but you know what? That's the funny thing about up-res. In 4K, if the graphics were shit to begin with, 4K isn't going to help the graphics.
It's going to be shitty 4K.
Exactly. I did see pictures of it, and it's like, wow, it just looks like magnified crystal clear shit. But
was it just me, or did they have it in a 4x80 square with black outlines? Oh,
Jesus, they might have had that. I mean, I get it. You know, up-res it, make it faithful to the original. That's all fine and dandy. But I guess the news that really made the stir is, while we're all glad to have the classic back, and let's be honest, most of us all have fond memories of playing it back in the day. But at the end of the day, when it comes out, we're going to play it for all of 10 minutes, basically beat the game, maybe play some multiplayer with our friends, if you got any friends actually still hanging around your neighborhood. And once it's done and over with, the game will be a part of the past once again. But I guess the main key thing is, from what we're seeing so far, and Randall Thor brought attention to it today, shout out to Rand and Jez Corden, it looks like the Xbox version, which is coming to Game Pass on day one, that's the bonus, but it's not going to have online multiplayer, which is the misstep on this one. What is exactly? So, Sir X-Man, let's go to you. Obviously, I mean, how excited are you? I mean, I guess not a whole lot, but I mean, it's cool to see GoldenEye coming back, but what's up with that? Why is Xbox not getting an online multiplayer for it?
How can you not have an online multiplayer with a shooter on the shooter box? That just doesn't make no sense. But the Switch gets multiplayer. I just don't understand. But I also heard that we're getting a totally remastered version too, and it won't be out till later. So you never know what might be in the works, but still, you can't do that. The best servers,
Mhm.
online servers in the world, are on Xbox. How can you do that?
Right. It can't be the most complex game in the world to get to run. I mean, I think what was the maximum count? 4 players back in the day. So unless they're
Yeah,
upping the
four
count,
players.
graphically, it's certainly not going to, stretch any system to its limitations, right? I mean, like I said, back in 1996, I think it was, or 97, whenever the hell that came out. I think Makers might have been even 98. I mean, yeah, sure, the game set a precedent back in the day, but that was way back. Now it has not aged gracefully. I mean, it might still play fundamentally sound, and it is good to see that they're staying true to the form. They got Pierce Brosnan and that crowd. They're redoing the actual game, but yeah, I don't know, man. That's kind of weird. My quick thought on it is this, and I said it via Twitter. I said my thought is that they're bringing it to Xbox through Game Pass, and that's the bonus if you're an Xbox game players. You get it there. You don't have to pay anything extra to play it, right? I don't know how
Uh-huh.
much it's going to cost on the Switch digitally to buy it. It's obviously not
Oh,
going to
it's
be
the
a free
Switch.
game.
It'll probably be $60. It's the Switch.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll make a physical copy. That would be kind of cool. But if it comes out on the Switch, obviously that's the thing. You're going to have to pay for it, right? But I'm thinking the planning behind it is a double dip because they know that a lot of Xbox guys aren't going to pay any money for it on the Xbox. They're going to play it on Game Pass. And then they know that there's a good chance that the nostalgia factor is going to cause a lot of Xbox players to buy it on the Switch so they can get the online multiplayer aspect of the game and basically double dip. So I think that's a realistic possibility, to be
I
honest.
would have bought it if it had online. I would have bought it. I would have. So, they
Yeah,
didn't
I
have to
probably would have
throw it
bought
in
it too,
Game
as long
Pass.
as it's not crazy. I mean, if it's over $20 Canadian, you can count me out. I'm not paying like any more than that tops, and even then, that's stretching it.
If it had to have multiplayer where you can play with your friends online, I mean, you don't have nobody does couch co-op anymore. No, really nobody unless you're playing with little kids or playing it, but no one does couch co-op.
Well,
You
that's
know,
that's exactly it. I mean, yeah, I don't have any friends around anymore to play couch co-op, and I'm pretty sure my wife's not going to come down to play split screen with me. So it doesn't make a lot of sense.
I mean, we got bigger TVs now, but still, couch co-op is just it's not the thing anymore. But the
Hmm.
Switch gets couch co-op, which I do not understand how that's gonna happen, and multiplayer.
So let's go to the chat, guys. How does the chat feel about this? I mean, like, I don't want this topic to take up too because it really isn't that much to talk about. At the end of the day, we're all happy it's back, but that's just a little kind of, I don't know. It's just weird. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, it's cool that the Switch is getting that title and it will have something new that the old Nintendo 64 never had, and that is online. But it just doesn't make no sense unless there's some sort of a licensing thing. As anime heaven showed it to him, as he tried to say to me in a chat that this is something to do with he's thinking it got something to do with licensing, and they kind of had to strike an agreement, and maybe that's the concession that
Is the
for
PlayStation getting online?
I don't even think it's coming to PlayStation, is it not? I only saw it announced
Yeah,
for
I saw it for. I heard it's going to PlayStation also.
hmm. If anyone in the chat can confirm that, please do. Is it going to the PlayStation? I didn't hear. If it is, I mean, cool mode, but yeah, I only saw it technically for Xbox and Nintendo. So, yeah, crazy.
I know, right?
Um, yeah, like I said, it's cool. But it is what it is. Spider-Man says was going to play it, but not now. Yeah, I think it's just such unfortunate because a lot of us who have Xboxes would like to play with our Xbox brothers who used to have the game on the N64 back in the day, and that's pretty much the only way legitimately going to get to play any multiplayer in that. I mean, it's not like something that's going to keep us entrenched in our consoles for God knows when, but I mean, I'm sure it'll be a nice trip down memory lane and get some games in with your buddies and kind of take us down, that old nostalgia road. And maybe go in and see if we're really rusty. Obviously, it'll probably have modified controls to take
I
advantage
was
of the
just about to
joysticks,
say
which is
that.
great. Yeah, which is great. So and then if you're playing online, you don't have to worry about the screen peaking, which was notorious back in the N64 era. So, um, yeah, we'll just have to see how that goes. I mean, I'm glad it come back, but that's a head scratcher right there. So, not coming to PlayStation, and Clement Aubert says it is not announced for PS4.
Okay.
So yeah, it doesn't sound like it. I mean, obviously, it's still going to be an Xbox Studios, I guess, published kind of game. I would imagine. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, it is what it is. But let's move. Let's sticking with Xbox, and let's move over to the story that made certainly big headlines yesterday. Bonnie Ross has stepped aside from 343 Industries. We all know that Bonnie Ross has been in charge of the Halo franchise now for quite a long time. That's a big step, a big that's a flagship title. She certainly had some successes with the series, but most recently there has been an awful lot of, I guess, dark clouds amidst Halo Infinite. I'm not here to spend all night shitting at Halo Infinite. I think a lot of us here can agree that we do enjoy the Halo Infinite campaign. We have had a lot of fun in multiplayer. I can tell you it's still one of my favorite multiplayer games right now. Despite all the hate that it gets, I can go back and play Halo Infinite and I actually enjoy it. So it's not all it's not all dog shit, I guess you could say, at the end of the day. But but we can't deny that there's been a notorious amount of delays. The roadmap is all over the place, and every time they kind of announce something is going to come out, we find out that it gets pushed back or what have you. And of course, Bonnie has certainly taken a fair share of the blame, and rightfully so in some senses, because she is head of the studio. But there's also got to be blame passed around from the bottom to the top, and through Phil and Matt Booty and the whole Xbox division on whatever the hell is going on with 343 and everything else. Like I said, it's a whirlwind, and certainly COVID did nobody no favors. But they're not the only studio that's had to deal with COVID. They're not the only studio that struggled to put out content. There's been a lot of other ones, but there's been a lot of studios that have delivered and have come up with consistent content. Where Halo is just like, we're all kind of like, what is going on? But anyway, according to the statement that came up on Twitter, it says something about family health problems or personal health problems.
Uh-huh.
If that be the case, which I'm not here to dispute that. I do want to say we first of all, we want to thank Bonnie for all her hard efforts with the series and for bringing Halo to the spotlight, and for all her her love and stuff that she's done with the series. And we want to wish her and her family all the best.
Yep.
That's the thing. We're not here to just rag on the lady. We don't know her circumstances. I'd say I'll leave it as, and I'll go to you, Sir X-Man, is that the timing is really weird, considering everything that's happening. But who am I to say what's going on or anything like that? So we do want to wish her the best. We hope that at some point, she comes back, or she has some sort of involvement, perhaps, even if it's on a lesser scale. Maybe they move her to another part of the Xbox division. Who knows? But obviously, there's some restructuring to do right now, and let's hope that she is well and all that. So, I mean, we'll talk about the future of the franchise in a sec. But let's hear from you, Sir X-Men. How did you feel when you heard the news, and what do you think is ultimately going on here?
Yeah, I did some research. I didn't know she was around our age. I had no idea.
Yeah, I guess she's getting up there.
Yeah, she started with what is it? Intel, and she was back in the day in the 70s, working with them and other people, man, and she worked for IBM for a while. I did not know she did all that. So she's been around for a while, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, you saw that they said they split it into 3 divisions. They hired 3 people to handle different departments now.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, the organization, whatever reason she's leaving is whatever reason she's leaving. I wish her the best, but the organization was not good with over 800 people. That's a lot of staff for a game. And when you have that much staff, you should expect content coming out much better than it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've said this before. Uh there's no excuse. You know, if it was too much for you, you should have got help or you should have planned your levels better. You know, you should have planned this people running this people running that, keeping up with them, you know, and it might have got too much and it might have got over her head, you know, but it is what it was. Let's just hope that they move on and things get better, you know, for the game.
And this, if you missed the tweet, guys, here it is coming out via Bonnie Ross. Well, I had hoped to stay with Halo until we release the winter update. I'm letting you know I'll be leaving 343 and attending to a family medical issue. I'm incredibly proud of the work that everyone at 343 Industries has done with Halo Infinite, the Master Chief Collection, the Halo television series, and so much more. It has been an honor to serve alongside the team for the last 15 years and be a part of a universe that I love. Thank you to everyone in the Halo community for your support. Halo's future is bright. I cannot wait for you all to experience what we have in store and to cheer alongside you as a fan at the Halo World Championships in October. Axios, Bonnie Ross. Now, reading that, like I said, after reading that, that certainly doesn't sound like a temporary departure. Like, hey, I'm just stepping aside for a couple of months while we deal with some issues. That definitely sounds like, I'm done, guys, and I'll see you in the future on a lighter note. So, crazy stuff.
Tired of the backlash, man. You know what I'm saying? She probably got tired of it because I know she was hearing it from everywhere.
Yeah, and indeed. So, I'm sure, like I said, it's when you have someone like that, it's kind of hard to kind of lay the law down, like to fire someone essentially for perhaps a lot of things that are outside of her control. There's only so much that you can do, but perhaps it's like, what, Bonnie, maybe this is the best way, for us to depart ways, that sort of thing. And, here's your severance package or whatever. Who the hell knows? Like I say, I don't want to get into too much speculation because we know where that leads and all that sort of stuff. But we know how sometimes, again, it's sugar coated. So they come up with ways of getting rid of someone that seem a little more politically correct or a little easier to swallow than just, because how would I have looked at Microsoft like, Halo isn't doing so good, Bonnie Ross, you're out. I don't think Microsoft works that way anymore. They probably talked about it and she probably was under a lot of stress and perhaps she freely said, you know what, guys, I'm willing to bow out if we can come to some sort of term agreement. Who knows? But that's, I just find that the timing is very conspicuous given all the troubles and all the backlash it's taken recently.
Well, she never said she was leaving Microsoft. She just pretty much said she's taking a leave of absence. So, I mean, there's a difference there. So she'll probably be back in some fashion for Microsoft. She's been there too long. She's too vetted with the company. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I agree. Like perhaps they will just move her to another role that's less of a public profile. Hey, take some time off, deal with your issues, whatever that may be, mental, physical.
Refresh yourself.
Exactly. And then come back and we'll move you to just a different role where you don't have to sort of be the face of the franchise. And God only knows, and I hate to say this, but it's even harder when you're a public figure and you happen to be a female. Okay. That is they can take certainly a little bit more criticism or flack than perhaps it would have been if it was a male in the same role. But people are assholes, Spider-Man.
No, I think males with this debacle though, I think males would have got the same hit, dude. I think it wouldn't have mattered on this one.
It might have come down. Yeah, it could have come down worse for the males, to be honest with you. But it's just like, you're fucking done.
Yeah, but it wasn't right. What was going on with Halo. There's no excuse for this. There's none for this. Your biggest franchise, it's your biggest franchise, and like Phil said, In a nutshell, we die if Halo dies.
Okay. So let's find out from the chat as well, and I'll ask you, Sir X Man. Obviously, now with Bonnie out of the picture, there's going to be a restructuring here. Do you guys in the chat? Do you think that 343's best interest at this point and Microsoft's best interest is to continue on with their vision for Halo Infinite, or perhaps scrap it, stop where it is, finish up your updates, do your co-op stuff, and then basically move on to the next Halo? Whether that means going back to your old engine or perhaps refining the new slip space and perhaps going back to a smaller scale Halo that's more linear and giving fans an experience that they know and love. I mean, where does everybody sit on it, guys? Let's find out from the chat. Scrap Halo Infinite and move on, or continue and see where it goes? Because if this thing is not looking good, I'd say in the next what? How long do you give it? Another year? Another 2 years? I mean, if we're still sort of
You give it to the
back at
March
square one,
update. You give it to the March update.
give it till March.
That's
Yeah,
what
see,
the
I say
that's what
one
the
more
update
full
they
year.
said. Yeah.
I give it one more full year, and if this thing isn't in the right directions and fans aren't at least somewhat happy, then fucking pull the plug and just move along.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but don't take another 10 years to make another Halo.
Oh, absolutely not. But that's what I'm saying, because they've got so much invested in the engine. If they just start fresh with a new
They need to
dedicated
scrap
team,
that engine. They need to scrap that engine. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to do your own thing. You should have came out with the next Halo after this one. To keep working at perfecting your engine in the background. You know, you should have stayed with what works. You could have kept the same storyline. You know what I'm saying? They could have kept the same storyline that they put in this one. They didn't have to go super all over the place, because the game is good. Even the single player is good, but you're walking around when you're by yourself. That's like Borderlands, having a big giant open world and you're playing it by yourself. Borderlands was made to be played with at least 4 people.
right?
This Halo, as big as it was, the world, it was made to be played with more people. And the single player, you know, that there's no excuse. I mean, you feel lonely when you're playing that game. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad story, but you feel, you know what I'm saying? You feel like you're all there by yourself. You're not used to that with a Halo.
Right.
So scrap it, start over again after the updates.
Well, like Freddie Fox says, why scrap the engine? The game plays great, does it not? And sure enough, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Maybe the engine's not the problem. Maybe it's just been too much turnover in the studio, a lot of dysfunctioning parts. It's really hard to say, and nobody knows for sure unless you are a part of 343 and the heads up as to really what is going on. Like that's where transparency would be great, but I guess no one would admit it. Like, would somebody come out and say, yeah, like the part of our problem is we're struggling with this new slip space? Or people say, no, the slip space is great and we're having a pretty easy time developing. It's other issues. So like that, I guess that's the part of it where that frustrates fans, because again, as podcasters and as fans and everything else, we kind of jump to conclusions and we kind of make up in our own mind what we think is really going on. But there's no question, if you've been following this story and you've been following the game, we saw like this person left the studio and these guys left the studio and these contract people left the studio. Like, can they not just have one dedicated studio? Why even have to bring other people in or other studios? I mean, what they brought in, who was it they brought in recently? They brought in someone else to help them out.
Ed Boon.
And yeah, like they're after bringing in different people from id. They're after bringing in a lot of different like parts to come in and sort of help out with the game. So something is really, really weird there.
But
so
that's weird, Nufto. You got over 800 people in this studio. Why do you need to bring in other people? That's the part that I just don't understand or comprehend it. I don't.
Maybe Bushido has a point. Maybe the slip space on last gen consoles is giving them a lot of issue. Maybe they're struggling so hard to make this game run effectively on older Xbox hardware. instead of just saying fuck it, like it's just go all in on the Series S, Series X kind of deal. That
They could have done that.
much more memory, and that's something you definitely need tons of when you're dealing with an open world game. Memory is a premium, more so than the graphics hardware itself. You need lots of memory. You got to have lots of RAM. You got to have a lot of multiple processing going on to handle the computing power that happens with these large games.
And your cloud service is pretty daggone good now. I mean, it's pretty daggone good now. You could have had the people on the old console like you do now play those games.
Mm-hmm,
people are playing Flight Simulator on the older consoles. They're not having a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have did Halo like that easy. I tried Halo in the cloud. It ran pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go, guys. Like I said, there's not really much else to say. Halo is where it is. Hopefully, like I said, the big thing for me is I would love to play through the campaign cooperatively. I think a lot of us feel the same way in the chat. We do know that they've scrapped at least the split screen option, but that doesn't really surprise me. But I would like to see the online co-op come out eventually, and I would like to see them add a little bit more content, some more multiplayer maps, and all that sort of stuff, and then see where it goes. But there's no question, Halo has certainly seen the peaks, and now it's in the valleys. So, and to Bonnie Ross, like I said, I think on behalf of any legitimate Xbox fan and reasonable human beings, we do wish you all the best.
She might need
no
a
matter
vacation.
what. Yeah, get your house in order, as you say, and maybe we'll see you around the Xbox family in another bracket or in another position. But thank you for everything you've done. She's probably not. She will probably just be moved somewhere else. That happens all the time, restructuring, and that's fine. We just got to hope that whoever picks up the mantle now has a clear vision of where they want to take this franchise, and listen to the fans as well. Just make sure that you're listening, and you bring out the best Halo possible. So,
last thing to say, just organize your people better. That's your biggest thing. Just organize them better. You should flow. That's it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we're almost at the halfway part of the show here. Again, I have not seen Wize Old Gamer or Cerebral Paul at this point. They are not here. So whether they can make it or not, I don't know. But we will certainly see. And I haven't seen any DMs so far coming through on my side for anyone saying that they wanted to jump in. So that's fine. Me and Sir X-Men are more than capable of tag teaming this bitch up in here. What's right, baby?
Tag team, back again. Check yourself, baby. Let's begin. Oh, sorry.
Well, yes, Jago, you're pretty much right. The worst thing about fans of games is the fanboys themselves and people that want to create false narratives and things to just build hate for a brand or a franchise. And Halo is just like Xbox has been for many years. It's the game that people either love to love or love to hate. And certainly if you're from the PlayStation camp, and honestly, if you are from the PlayStation camp and you want to hate on PlayStation, all I can tell you is this: where the hell is your number one shooter? Where are your shooter? Where is your game that has that much clout?
I hear crickets.
Exactly. What happened to Killzone? Crickets. What happened to Resistance? Crickets.
Real quick on the Halo thing. I think this experience with bringing out a Halo with what we have right now will make the next Halo a way better game. You have your ups and downs, but I think 343 might have learned their lesson from this debacle, and the next one should be amazing.
I agree. I think if anything comes out of this is that Halo, if people stick around, they will have learned a valuable lesson, and whatever additions we see in the future for Halo, I think will only benefit from some of the trials and tribulations of this process. So Spider-Man says there is no next Halo. I would beg to differ. I think Halo is too huge of a franchise to just kind of end it here. And I know this game is called Halo Infinite, but I just can't see them just doing this one game and then running it into the ground. I think at some point they're going to make, and I think if anything now, they'll want to make a new Halo to sort of to prove themselves, to sort of make up for this one to an extent. But we'll see. Like I said, at
Yeah.
the same time, I'm enjoying Halo Infinite. I'm going to enjoy it for many years to come, and I hope that the rest of the fans will too as well. It's a great game on community game night, and nobody can doubt that.
Oh yeah, I
So
was there having fun a while ago.
absolutely,
Hey,
absolutely.
instead of being called Halo Infinite Delay, it'll be called the next Halo gonna be Halo on time all the time.
Yeah, it is hard to make a multiplayer game. Absolutely, Clement. It is.
Yeah,
And Sony certainly knows how hard it is to make a multiplayer game. And no matter how good your multiplayer game is, it doesn't guarantee success. There
it
are
better hit the
multiplayer
mark.
games out there, and I'm going to say this one right off the top of my head. PUBG. PUBG doesn't hold a candle to Halo in any which way or fashion, in my personal opinion. And you know what? PUBG is super popular. Why? I fucking can't tell you. But it's super freaking popular because it just came out at the right time. It was sort of one of the first ones to really set the battle royale trend on fire. But honestly, I played PUBG. I had it. I bought it. And I thought that game was fucking complete ass, even after how many updates. I still find PUBG is complete ass. And I don't know how anyone can play it. Fuck, I think I'd rather play Fortnite than that garbage. I mean,
A
that
lot of
shit's
people
got,
are playing Fortnite
oh,
now with the no build
bro,
mode. Oh my god,
absolutely.
that
Yeah,
game came back.
yeah. So I mean, I know there's people that love PUBG and all the, you know what, all the all the kudos to you. But honestly, I tried it enough times. I'm like, no, man, I just can't get into it. It just feels clunky. It feels weird. It feels like it does not belong on a console. But whatever. I do digress. We're kind of
I'd
getting off
rather
topic.
try the
So
Warzone,
yeah.
but Call of Duty Warzone. Yeah,
No, so far the only battle royale game I've managed to sink my teeth into a little bit has been Apex Legends. And I say that because one, the maps are smaller, and two, it plays pretty fast, and it plays a lot like Titanfall, which is a bonus because I love Titanfall.
I love
Please bring
Titanfall one.
Titanfall 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Not
So,
like you did the multiplayer in Titanfall 2. I'm sorry. I miss beating their brains out to kill a mech. I'm sorry. I don't like getting the batteries, man, like they did in Titanfall
yeah,
2.
I like the first Titanfall multiplayer better in most regards too. Yeah, and I like the fact that you could load out your Titan with a certain whatever kind of weapons you wanted. You
Yep.
weren't confined to a class.
Yep.
You could just pick the gun you wanted with the Titan, whether it's a fast Titan or a slow Titan, all that shit. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, Apex. Like I said, I like that one a little bit, but overall, most battle royals to me, it's just I don't really like the premise. But anyway, not here to talk about in this battle royale games. Titan Drago would probably be trying to wring my nuts out by now because you know how much he loves those damn things. Especially he's always like, "Yeah, man, we gotta get a battle royale in Call of Duty." That's my terrible Titan impression.
There is a battle royale in Call of Duty.
Sorry. Yes, I meant to say Halo. He's got one in Halo.
Halo does not need a battle royale. It just needs more maps, old school maps. That's all it needs. Like I said, I don't even have Halo Infinite on there on my stuff. I went back to playing Halo 5, dude. I went back to playing Halo 5 because there's more to do.
Indeed.
You know?
Shout out to my good buddy Free Jack. What's going on? Jesse Darby in the chat, and he says he's having some issue with his chat somehow on his end of the computer. And it must be something on your end, Jesse, because I haven't seen anybody else complain about their chats disappearing or anything on this side of things. So I couldn't tell you. I haven't got the faintest clue, bro. But I'm glad that you're here all the same. As to everybody that's here hanging out with us right now, saying that we got 23 amazing people live in the chat. Come on, man.
30.
We had 30 at one point.
Hit that like and share, everyone. Come on, let's push it out. 2
weeks back, and this is what I get. Come on, guys. Come on.
How often do you get Noof and Sir X-Man in a thing? Come on now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Exactly. Anyway, guys, no, we do appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for being here and just hang out with us, because right now it is that time. We're about half an hour into the show, just a little over, and it's now time for Ask Arnold. We might as well bring him in before we switch gears and we talk about the state of play that was today. So here we go. Oh, it's happening to Drunken Donut. Well, I don't have any idea. I don't think it's anything on my end. It might be a YouTube thing. I'm not sure. But Jago Kukin's in the house. Yeah, man. So let's do this. Here we go. You'd love some Titan Drago. Yeah, we wish Titan Drago was here, man. And Titan Drago, middle-aged game guy, as well as Primal Eve. Those three know they have an open invitation. If they want to be on this show, all they got to do is say the word, and they're here. Invitations out. But anyway, it is what it is. We don't have those people right now. You just got to deal with me and Sir X-Man. And that's all you need, really. But yeah, that's good. Let's get Arnold in here. Now we got a threesome going. So let's go, Arnold. Anybody got questions in the chat or from Mr. Sir X-Man? What questions do you guys have for Arnie tonight? Don't worry, Safe House and Cletus on standby later in the show. Let's
Arnold,
do the Ask Arnold.
You can beat Kratos?
Of course I can beat Kratos. First of all, I'm going to say this. I am a real action hero. I exist in real life. I've made movies. I've done it all. I've been Conan the Barbarian. What is Kratos? He's not another video game character. He's fictional. I'm going to kick his ass. Plus, honest to God, honestly, I would kick his ass anyway because I am the Terminator. I would come out there and I would just pick him up by the feet and I would throw him around like a rag doll. I would beat his ass.
Don't forget, you were almost Mr. Olympus back in the 70s, remember?
Yes, I was Hercules at one point. Yes, you remember that. Some of my early movies, when they had to dub me in because my English wasn't very good. But yeah, it was crazy. Hercules Goes Bananas, I think it was Hercules in New York. Great movies. You want to go now? Actually, never mind. Forget those. You don't want to go back there and see me. The only reason you watch those is because back then I was in impeccable condition. I said impeccable condition. Yes, I was in great back then. Mr. Olympia body. It was awesome.
Good. There's a couple of questions coming in.
Do we have a couple of questions?
Yeah. It says, hey, Arnold, if you were to make your own video game about yourself, what would it be called?
You know what? I'd probably make a video game and call it Immigrant Ass Kicker because I came to America. I came from America, from a long ways away, and I had the American dream, and I pretty much got to live it. I was even the governor at one point, and I wanted to be president, but because of your rules, I couldn't be the president. But that's okay. I at least got to be governor of California. I've got to star in some amazing movies. So Immigrant Ass Kicker, it'd be like a fighting game. And basically, you'd walk around and you'd start out really small, with no money in cash, and you build up your money and your cash flow, and you go around, you kick somebody else's ass, and you have to build up your body like the guy did in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. You eat, and then you go to the gym, you build yourself up, and then you go around again, you kick some more ass, and then eventually be like The Sims. And then it'll be a fighting game, and we're just pounding each other out until you get to the success zone.
Yeah, Clement, what's his name? Clement Albert.
Clement Aubert. Clement got something here. Let me see. Where's Clement?
He said, He said, Arnold, have you played Deathloop or waiting for it to come to Game Pass?
Honestly, I think every day, I swear to God, I feel like I'm almost playing Deathloop. As a matter of fact, I'm really scared right now. You know why? Because I honestly thought Queen Elizabeth was going to outlive the Terminator, and she passed away. And now I'm scared because it feels like immortality is no longer there, that everybody's going to kick the bucket. So you know what? Honestly, the Deathloop is coming for us all. It's in a massive loop, and I'm going to take a poop. Let's go. All right, we got one coming in here. It looks like from Jesse Derby.
Yeah, that's a big one there. Good luck.
Arnold, what would you do to a company if you work for them and you work a whole week, then you go on Monday and you find out that after you go to work on Tuesday, after spending money, they fired you? If I work for... is this like a riddle? If you work for a company the whole week, you go on Monday, and you find it after you go to work on Tuesday, they fired you.
That kind of like means if you went and bought a suit for the new position, got some new gear and stuff like that. Then you went to the company on Monday, then they let you go on Tuesday, and you found out, you know what I'm saying, that you spent all your money trying to prepare for the new job. That's what
I'm
I
going to
think.
tell you this. So I come in on a Tuesday after working my butt off all week and I'm doing really good. And the guy is telling me you're a great employee, this, that, and something else. And they go to work and he says, now you're fired. I am going to grab him by the scruff of his neck and I'm going to pile drive him to the table. That is what's going to happen. I will give him a pink slip, all right. I will take it and I'll stick it right up his ass. All right. Fanta.
Pineapple pop. Yeah, somebody asked what I'm sipping on. Pineapple pop, baby. Yes, sir.
All right, and we got something coming in. Oh, from my good friend, the Free Jack over there. Oh, there it is. Last question. We'll take that one. Actually, we'll do one by Draven Arrow right after this. Hang on. Hey, Arnold, how's the old maid? It's my age. I call it the Minute Maid because that's all I'm going to last. I keep hiring the new ones. I want to make sure that they're younger and sexy and they keep me in the prime of my life. Yes, this is what I'm doing here. Yes, I love it. So great stuff. The maid is great. I am great. You know, I've never been better, but thank you for asking. Everybody out there, this, if you're going to do anything in life, just make enough money to hire yourself a maid, and then you've got it made.
Yeah, make
right.
sure they're under the age of 25, like Leonardo.
And then Draven Arrow. Hey, Ernie, did you see The Samaritan on Amazon Prime starring Stallone? I didn't see the movie starring Stallone, and I honestly thought it was absolute trash, which is really crazy because in the movie, he's playing an actual garbage man. Okay? He's like an old, washed-up superhero. And honestly, he looks so old in the movie. Like, he looked like an age about 40 years, you know? And then they're showing off this really cool suit. And then the whole movie, he doesn't wear it, you know? That's like having a really hot lady as your girlfriend, but you want to keep it in the closet. Like, what the fuck is up with that? No, it is not a great movie. I think it was a misstep on Stallone's part, but you know what? I got to keep my mouth shut because, unfortunately, I want to come back and do more Expendables movie, or as some people would say, Dependables, because we're all old and full of shit.
What? You never had sex in the closet, Arnold? What?
I came into the closet years ago. Who's still in there? All right, we got a super chat coming in from Drawn TJ. Go ahead, Sir X-Men. You can read out the super chat.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Arnold, what do you think about these gas prices?
I mean, these gas prices are absolutely crazy. Who is in charge of making these things? I mean, I have a Hummer. That means I'm only going to get to the back of my driveway before I got to put the gas pump in again. What is going on? It's craziness. Nobody can afford to drive anywhere. The only thing it's doing is you can't drive your car, so you're inside of your house and your wife is driving you crazy instead. So no, you gotta get this shit under control. It's crazy. It's too much. We need some parity there. Get it under control. Whoever's in charge of it, I think is absolutely crazy out there. No one can afford to drive.
I can. Gas prices is $3.15 in here in Memphis.
All right. So there you go, guys. Thank you all so much for the questions, and most importantly, thank you for the amazing super chats, guys. You are fantastic. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll have Arnold again next week. Thanks, Arnold, for being here, and we'll see you again next week. So sorry I can't take any more questions, guys. We got to keep the show moving right along. So, as you know, and we'll do this one first because this ain't going to take me very long, but I want to see how you feel about it, Sir X-Man. Nintendo Direct today showed off a bunch of games, including a brief trailer for the new Zelda. What the fuck is it even called? They changed the name. It's not Breath of the Wild 2 now. Tears of the something, isn't it?
Yeah, Tears of the something. Yeah, you're right. I can't remember. It was so short.
Yeah, I pay a little attention to Nintendo anymore, but yeah, I got Tears of something. Yeah, I'm probably crying because they're still fucking making games. How'd you feel about it, man? Did you watch it at all today? Like, to me, it was a blur. I don't even think I can remember any of the games you showed.
I
because I wasn't
glanced
interested
through
in
it.
any
I
of them.
didn't even look all the way through it. I just glanced at some stuff, and it's like, okay, some of the stuff is out right now. Mostly they had add-ons for games. I saw what's his name? Miyamoto came out with this flower thing. Look, just like a Pokemon thing. You can take and put flowers on the ground with your phone. It's an app for you. I'm like, and it can tell you how many steps you're taking. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then
Yeah, Pikmin. Yeah,
what's his
Pikmin.
name? Go ahead.
No, the Pikmin thing. Yeah, I can see people now literally walking around their neighborhoods, probably walking into certain areas, getting the shit kicked out of them, and their phone's stolen. I'm trying to grow a flower.
That's almost bad as the people doing Pokemon Go back in the day, and then they got hit. People
Mm-hmm.
were getting hit trying to catch Pokemon in the middle of the street. I was like, oh my God. Remember that?
Yeah, absolutely. People almost getting run over and shit. So, oh my
Yeah.
god,
I know why
great,
that would have been a good Switch if the Switch had GPS. I could see that one. Oh boy.
indeed.
But but nah, it catered to the Nintendo fans, man. And that's cool. Plus they're doing a Mario Kart 8. I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, they got the expansions coming up for Mario Kart. Of course, if you're an online plus subscriber, whatever it is, you get those stuff free. Otherwise, you got to buy it as DLC, standard stuff. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's just nothing. There's another Fire Emblem announced today. Um,
Bayonetta
we
3.
talked about Splatoon. I mean, Bayonetta is cool. That's probably one of the very few games that I actually give a shit about. And of course, I
That
would
should
love to
be
play the new
multi-plat.
Zelda.
That
You
should be
know,
multi-plat. I'm sorry. That Bayonetta need to be multi-plat. I'm sorry I missed Bayonetta 2. But they're losing money.
yeah.
I
So
heard that. I thought I was the one that was tired. What's up with that, Noof?
yeah, I know, eh? All of a sudden, it just hit me. Hey, that's because I'm talking about Nintendo, man. Makes
Yeah,
you yawn.
that
But
explains it right there.
that explains a lot, right?
We
So
almost had the good stuff, people. It's about to wake up in a minute.
yeah, man. Yeah. Does anybody even recall what it is? Tears and some. I don't know. I just I'm trying to find all the friggin' info on it right now, but it's just eluding me here at the moment. Tears of something, but are you disappointed? There was a lot of people expected that we'd see something on Metroid Prime or at least a remake of Metroid Prime, and really
Or
nothing
Star
there. So
Fox. Or Star Fox.
there's no Star
People
Fox.
been
Yeah,
waiting for Star Fox forever.
yeah.
That's sad. I would have got a Star Fox for my Switch day one. But it is what it is. Nintendo caters to its fans, dude. Their fans probably loved everything they showed.
We
You
got
know what I'm
another super
saying?
chat coming in from John TJ. He drops $5, and you can read this one out, Mister X Man.
It says, what the? Oh, I got to read small print. Sorry. Oh, there it is in the big print. Sorry, you, sir, X-Man. It's still almost $5. What?
I'm not sure.
Lucky. Oh, it
Lucky you,
says,
Sir X Man. It's
X-Man,
still
it's
almost
still almost
$5.
$5. Wow. I'm saying talking about the gas.
yeah, yeah. Clement he's like, there was a great Bayonetta clone at the State of Play today. Yeah, that game with the pretty sexy looking. Yeah, she did look a lot like Bayonetta, as a matter of fact. From it was called Project Eve. They in essence changed the name of the game. So
Right. I
yeah.
saw that.
Look,
Yeah.
tears of lots of Zelda games. Look, I'm sure the new Zelda game is going to be fantastic. And I'm not ready to give up on my Switch. There's lots of games I like to play, but here's how I sum it up.
They gave it a
It's just like
date
this.
too.
It's
March.
yeah. I mean, for me, it's just
March,
I keep
April.
saying it's like I like Nintendo, but I feel like either you got to be 13 years old, you got to be a massive Japanese RPG fan, or you've got to like these like farming type fucking games, or these like every character looks like they're like little kids with squeaky voices and big eyeballs and the anime style stuff. It just for me it feels like where is the mature stuff? Where is like you think they would have showed off something like Ubisoft could have come out and had like an Assassin's Creed thing, or something that's at least M rated, or a really crazy ass shooter or something like that. It's just like, I don't know. It just, to me, it just loses me. Like, I don't want to fucking see Pikmin. I never cared for Pikmin or Pokemon. I don't care for Nintendo's games that start with fucking P. No offense, but that's just me. I mean, I like what I like, and I know that pretty much almost everything I saw at Nintendo Direct, I did not freaking like. So, And I hope they're going to fix that, Clement, about the breaking weapons, at least in the next Zelda game. Because if they're going to last you like 3 enemies and fucking break, I can tell you right now, it'll be a cold day in fucking Shitsville before I go and spend 70 or $80 on that shit again.
Well, they're bringing a Resident Evil to the console again.
Yeah. I mean, there's some cool stuff. I mean, I like the announcement of It Takes Two.
Finally just getting there.
They're going to get that. I think it comes in November or something like that. But I mean, that's a cool game for the Switch. Definitely a family-friendly, really fun game. Obviously, game of the year last year. So, what's going on, Troyski? How you doing, man? John 7, Talis Ray.
Yeah, they haven't had their own rated R game since the GameCube, man.
Cloud only for Resident Evil. Well, there you go. I'm out right there. I don't want any game that's fucking
wow. So Nintendo is only going to run it in the cloud. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a few games on Nintendo like that right now. Like the only way they run, especially if they're graphically enhanced games, they gotta have the cloud to actually fucking run the game, which technically means you're not even running it natively.
No, that means you gotta bring a brand new Switch, because that means you can only really play at home or at a coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Exactly. We got another super chat coming in. This one, I think, from a new guest. XTH27 lost $5. Sir, like your Guitar Hero guitar, had great times playing it back in the day.
Oh, why? Thank you, sir. I still play regular Guitar Hero sometimes, and yes, I do play Rock Band 4.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Indeed. Yeah, it'd be cool if they came back with a new version of that. But hey,
we get Activision, so it's gonna happen.
Yeah, that'd be a great game.
And that could be exclusive.
That would be a great game for Game Pass, because then you could keep adding the content you wouldn't have to make.
You still have to go out and get an instrument. So
okay.
I
get you got to go get the instrument or whatever, and I get that, but I mean, still, like, regardless, if you even got to go out and buy a controller to play it, or you can probably play it on your controller with like an AB or whatever.
I've tried to do that, and it sucks trying to play a Guitar Hero or Rock Band with a controller. There's no way your hand can tap that fast, dude. I'm being honest. You can't.
Yeah, no, I'd rather play it obviously with the controllers it was meant for. So no doubt about that.
But I'd buy it if it came out. That would be cool. I'll give Microsoft my money.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, we'll move along from Nintendo Direct. How did the chat feel? Is anybody here? If you watch Nintendo Direct today, how did you feel about it? Would you say it was fair? Was it good? Or was it great? Or was it terrible? So terrible, fair, great, or good or great? People in the chat would love to see what you thought about Nintendo. I mean, some people love that stuff. Some people saw everything they wanted from Nintendo Day, and that's fantastic. Like that even that Mario and Rabbids game, like I have zero interest in that. That does not. I never liked the other two that they came out with. Honestly, I think the thing that I probably liked the most today was the Nintendo Sports getting the addition of the golf in there. I thought that was cool, and you can play it online with like 8 buddies or something like that. I was like, damn, that'd be cool to have. But I don't think I can even play that game because I have the Switch Lite. So, yeah.
Yeah, so, Nintendo, bring me a classic style Ninja Gaiden. I'll be happy with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'd get that.
Switch does have the Ninja Gaiden collection.
I got that on my Atari. Right? I got it on my other stuff. Yeah.
A lot of us are like that too, because like for a lot of us, the Nintendo Switch. A lot of us have a Nintendo Switch, but for us, it's more of a pastime. It's like that little dabbly console that you take when you're on the road just to play a few games for shits and giggles, but you don't really spend that much. That's me anyway. That's my take on Switch, which is crazy, right? Because Switches sell like crazy, and their software has this crazy attach rate. And I'm kind of looking at mine, and like I obviously don't fall into that check mark box because I hardly have any games for my Switch. Most of them I do not care to play. Most of those games are on a better console that look and run much better, hence the Series consoles or the PlayStation, whatever. So it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's fair. It's for the kids, says John 907.
No, you have more adult Nintendo fanboys than anything. It's not for the kids. There are more adults playing Switch than you know what I'm saying, that you can
Totally.
even imagine.
Well,
It's
just
unreal.
look at the response for GoldenEye. That's from all of us guys who were, well, pretty much kids when fucking GoldenEye came out, or were pretty young, and now look at it. That's the game that made some of the biggest impact in the last day or two, because it's GoldenEye. We all remember that shit. Now you show that to a kid today, and they're like, "What? What the fuck is that? It looks fucking stanky ass terrible." And you're like,
Uh-huh.
"Yeah, but
I'm
that
going
was our
back to
jam back in the
Fortnite.
day.
Be like,
That's
I'm
what,
going.
yeah." That's what got us into shooting games back in the day. Unless you were a PC guy, that was your shooter on consoles. That was the one that really started things going big. You know,
Yeah, they need to. They need to redo that whole thing. But it is what it is. People pay for nostalgia. Nostalgia is a hell of a
absolutely.
drug.
Yeah. Yo, look at that! Dragons TV is in the building. What's going on?
What up, Lemon?
Maybe Lemon wants to come on. I don't know. It's up to him. He's certainly welcome. If he wants to jump on with us and talk about the state of play today. What's happening,
Oh,
brother?
if Lemon get here and talk about the state of play, oh Lord, it's gonna get interesting.
It just might. I guarantee you the volume will definitely go up.
Yeah, Will.
Oh man. But yes, speaking of state of play, and that was the big one from today. Look, before I get into the ins and outs of state of play, I'm going to say honestly, like it or not, I thought it was fire. I can honestly say that from start to finish, this might have been one of the best state of plays I've seen from PlayStation in a very long time. On a rating scale, I'd have to give it very close to an A, because there was a lot of games on that, brief 30 odd minute presentation that I literally went, I want that. I need that. Some very big surprises. I mean, I certainly didn't expect to see from Sega. I didn't expect to see that Like a Dragon. Jesus, I'm gonna have to pull up a thing with the names on it, because I know I can't remember all the names of the shit I saw today, but I remember the trailers. I mean, first of all, it starts with Tekken 8. Okay, if you're, I'm not the hugest Tekken fan in the world, but I still thought that was a pretty damn surprising way to start. And it looked like fire. I mean, like the CGI, and then you saw a little blend of like the gameplay, and it looked absolutely dynamite. I know Tekken fans are super excited. Then we saw Like a Dragon. This is Like a Dragon Ishin, is that's what it's called, and it actually looks like
Hey,
a
Lemon
hack, more
said
of a hack
send
and
an
slash.
invite.
All right, and inviting coming for a good friend Lemon. Just send it over in just a second here, brother, if you want to come on and join us. So you go ahead while I'm sending him the link. Just what'd you think about Tekken launching off there, my friend?
Well, I know K Mega happy for Tekken. I know he probably
No.
lost his mind. That's his
Oh yeah.
that's his goat. I'll get it when it comes out. 10-1 it's gonna be a multi-plat, so I'll get it on the Xbox. So yeah, that I'll go back and relook at it. I didn't get a chance to see it. I apologize, everybody. Uh, but I'll relook at it and then give my opinions on it like next week. When we have the show.
Mm-hmm.
But if Tekken's there, that's a good thing. But the question is, when is it coming out?
Right.
That's the question.
Yeah,
Oh,
we saw some stuff here that
hey, Mega
definitely looked
calling
like
me.
it was okay, Meg.
Yeah, now
Now he'll come on, right? Yeah, we got Drawn TJ coming back in here with another super chat. Drawn TJ, man, you're just rolling them out tonight. He comes in with another $5. Let's read it out here. You should shoot an invite to Bushido and 7 and Dragons TV. That would be great guests. Absolutely. Well, I've already sent one out to Dragons TV. And if Bushido wants to jump in here real quick, we still got about almost an hour in this show. So, yeah, it is up to Bushido. I think I got his gamer tag, but 2024, 2025. I think they said it was 2024 for Tekken, did they not? So, all right, Sir X-Man, you still? Oh, he's on the phone. Okay, so he's hanging out there. All right, let's just scroll back here and So after Like a Dragon Inshin, guys, we saw. They talked about some kind of a collectibles program, PlayStation Stars. Then we saw Rise of the Ronin from Team Ninja. Koei Tecmo, that looked absolutely dynamite. Now I don't know if that's going to be like
Lemons. I mean, K Mega said send him a link. He was napping, But he said,
Oh.
yeah, I want to talk all about that tech.
All
So he
right.
said,
Well,
send him. He said, give him a few minutes. He just woke up.
all right. Well, yeah, I'll send him over one. And if they
Like
can
my
get in here,
posse
great.
coming in here, baby. Y'all about to get a show.
But it's about to get real up in here now. That's for sure. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So Lemon got it. So the guys are probably setting up. So we might have a pretty good crew here in a second here, guys. Anyway, I'm just running down. We'll kind of go through this in a bit, but that Ronin game, honestly, like I said, I just hope
I
that
like that. I like that. I want to
look
play
really
that.
good.
Yeah.
I just hope it's more like I hope it's not like a Neo knockoff kind of thing. I mean, it is from Team Ninja, so it's hard to say.
That means
Yeah.
it'll be it won't just be on Sony. Sony will probably they just had the rights to show it, but it'll probably be on both consoles. That's what I think.
Then we saw Star Wars Tales of the Galaxy's Edge
That
part
looks
2,
hot.
I think.
That
So
looks
that's
so hot.
PSVR 2 title, and it was out on the Quest. Then, of course, he showed another trailer for Hogwarts Legacy, which comes out in February. That no surprise there, but it was good to see it make an appearance, and a lot of people are excited for that. We thought we were going to have it this holiday season, and let's see here. What else did we get after this? Why is it only showing so many on here? It's not even showing me the whole thing. Obviously, the end, God of War Ragnarok, like holy shit. All right, here we go. We got Lemon in the house. Let's bring him in. There he goes.
Let it rip, bro.
Yo, I don't got no damn icon, man. What the hell going on here?
Streamlabs. You probably never set one up yet.
I did. I'll be on the 100 thing.
I had to redo mine and then add my icon.
I know what it is. I ain't do it from my Surface. What's good with y'all, man? How y'all doing?
Doing great, man. Brother. I'm glad you can make it here. That's awesome.
I always could make it. If I knew you needed some help, I'd have pulled up earlier. You know what? I forgot you was on.
Earlier,
I was up here beating the hell out of people in 2K, and then I said, you know what? I think Noof is on because I usually hit Mike in them channel, but glad, thanks for having me, my brother. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Kyle Amado's in the chat. Good to see you. Soren X, what's happening, brother? Good to see you here as well.
Yes, coming
just
too.
Got better. Yeah, man. So anyway, let's start off. Let's start with State of Play. Talking about Tekken. Obviously, it came out big gun right off the bat. A lot of fighting fans pretty excited that there's a number 8 on the way here, and it looked pretty dynamite in my opinion. What's your take on it, guys? Who wants to jump in here?
Well, you know what?
Any Tekken fans in the house?
I'm a Tekken guy, man, but Tekken 7 is trash online. I'm sorry. So I need 8 because it's built for the consoles. Because Tekken 7 was a bad port from the arcade. Extremely bad. So I'm excited to see 8. I would like to have seen gameplay, but you know how Tekken do with the CG crazy intros. I was very excited. I'm just happy it's 8. And I think it's 2023. I think.
Yeah, I think
that's about an average turnaround. That's not bad.
Oh, the last one's been out for how long now? The other Tekken.
The last one came from the arcades and it had online. That's the version we got. That's why it don't even look sharp. It's just a piece. It's just straight port from the arcades.
Yeah, Tekken 7. So that game is like what, 4 years old now?
No,
like
more than that.
More than that.
It was out on. It was in the arcades in Japan for years. Then they just decided to bring it to console. Yeah, that game
explains a lot.
That game is very old. It got at least 8 years, something like that. 7 to 8 years, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Man,
that's why if you look at that in Soul Calibur,
I wish they would.
It's a big difference in graphics.
Online, no.
Soul Calibur's a ground up game. You know what I'm saying? It's built with that. It's built with it's built with the console in mind. That PC port was terrible.
Yeah, I mean that online,
arcade port was horrible.
But that online for Soul Calibur, it's just not good, dude. I hope they fix the next one better.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. But other than that, how'd you feel about the rest of the State of Play? I glimpsed through it. I didn't get a chance to see everything, though.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
Besides God of War, what stood out to you guys? What's one game that you went, man, okay, I have to have that?
Hold on. Let me get my phone because when I watch these shows, I take notes. No fact, because you can't be a content creator and don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I know.
The PSVR stuff, even though I have those games already, but Project Eve looked crazy.
Oh yeah.
And Rise of Ronin looks insane.
Yeah. Project Eve is now called Stellar Blade. That's the name I was looking for. They changed it, but yeah, my God. And that suit she had on, holy mother of God.
Yeah.
Every 13-year-old kid playing that game is going to be rubbing one out come next year.
Wow. Prepare for your kid to F up the carpet.
Oh, man. Yeah, if they're playing that game and the carpet is sticky, then look out.
Yeah, you already know what it is, right?
In the laundry.
Lord, but that game looked awesome. It reminded me of somebody was like, "That's like Ghost of Tsushima." I says, "Nah, that's more like
that's what I was thinking when I saw.
Nah, Tenchu. Look at that gameplay, the way he was slicing through people, ducking out the shadows. Yo, that's Tenchu all day.
So that game's
the Ronin
right?
game, you mean?
Yeah, that's Tenchu all day, man. I was like, yo, that looks amazing. I'm with that right there. I can go with that.
Now, is that a Sony exclusive?
That's made by
yes,
Sega. No.
You're talking about you're talking about the Like a Dragon one. Okay.
No, Ronin. It's the Ronin with the
No, Ronin is done by Koei Tecmo, and it is actually paid for Sony. Sony Interactive Entertainment is publishing it.
Well,
it's
thank God I got a PS5.
Like a Dragon one is Like a Dragon is multiplat.
Yeah.
Like a Dragon Inshin or Ishin or something like that they call it.
Yeah. Hold on, I wrote it. I got that one too. It was Ishi, Like a Dragon. Yeah.
That looked pretty good. I glanced at that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that type of action. I like that. That was good to go. I'm trying to get my icon ready here, man, because I can't be looking like no blank paper.
You look like an eyeball if you really focus on it.
There you go. There I go.
There he is. Officially now.
Yeah, there you go.
Official. The dragon is in the building, baby.
Got the energy sword and the blades.
Good to have you back. Good to have you back. Good to have you back, Noof. Thank God.
It's good to be back, man.
You was missed, brother.
And tonight, my intention tonight was not to bring on guests simply because, with me, Sir X-Man, Cerebral Paul, and Wize Old Gamer, I wanted it to be us, to try to build a little bit of chemistry. Right, a chemistry. Last week we had the other guys on, but this week I wanted to have these guys and just ourselves just to see how the flow would go and stuff like that, especially with some big topics. But unfortunately, Wize Old Gamer and Cerebral Paul had some internet troubles tonight, and they figured it was in their best interest not to kind of come in because you don't want to be here for 5 minutes and then it cuts out, and we all know how that shit goes.
Oh, facts.
All right. Speaking of a man who cuts in and out, here he is, a little bit late, but always great. It's the one, the only, the man who brings the mega to every podcast, K-Mega 405.
Oh, Lord, bringing the heat. He bringing the heat now. Lord.
I already spent a boner because we announced Tekken 8 today.
Man,
I see you got a new background, K-Mega. I just noticed that. Yeah, that's cool, bro.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Oh man, my ass was knocked out. I got so excited. I told my wife, I was like, when I seen the Tekken announcement, I told her I was about to give her this loving. And so I was waiting in the bedroom and she went cook dinner. I passed out.
You drank the whole bottle of it because you was excited. Yeah.
I was out. When she came, she woke me up. Was like, she's like, what happened to all that talking you was talking? I said,
Baby, did you come already? I came about 2 minutes after that Tekken trailer was over.
That's right. I went ahead and wiggled and jiggled, and that was it. So anyway, what's up, guys? What's up, fella?
Just talking about the shows. That's all.
Yeah. What's up?
Well, you and Lemon missed it, but you don't mind if I just do a quick wrap up of what y'all did what y'all thought of the Nintendo stuff, if you don't mind, Noof.
Go ahead, man. How about her?
Yeah, what y'all think of the Nintendo stuff? Anybody take the table if you don't mind.
It's Nintendo. I mean, they have some good stuff, but I mean, it's Nintendo. I got a Switch. I think I got a Switch just because I just have to have everything. It's not really because I didn't buy no Switch games last year.
Wow.
Oh, you didn't get any?
Like what?
You didn't get Splatoon 3 this year?
No, I don't got two.
I've never played Splatoon, so
I
yeah, no.
thought Splatoon was awesome, but when you can't talk to people, it's like just fighting in a West Indian Day parade party. Everybody just throwing paint.
Every time I turn on my Nintendo
Listen,
Switch, I feel like the ice cream truck is going to come by with the music. You know what I mean?
I'm going to buy one this year. I'm going to buy Bayonetta 3. October 28th, I'm in the building.
That looks so good.
And it comes out on the same day I think it's Call of Duty. I don't think that's a good idea, but
well, no, it's going to do fine. That's the one beauty of Nintendo. Nintendo, because they don't have a abundance of third party games, and especially they don't have COD on their console. They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
I know something I saw today. Probably none of y'all saw today.
What's that?
I seen Resident Evil Village on the Switch playing on the cloud.
Oh yeah, no, like that. Yeah, all three of those games were going to be.
I said, what the hell? This is a possibility.
No,
it didn't look that bad. It didn't look that bad. You know what I'm saying? It ain't xCloud. Or it's not even PSN.
Look all right. I do got a Mario Kart. I do need to get more of the DLC to Mario Kart because that was. I mean, because I'm so far behind on the Mario Kart. DLC. So I seen what was it? Kingdom Hearts? I'm not Kingdom Hearts. I'm sorry.
Zelda
Kingdom. No, I didn't see. I didn't want to talk about Zelda, but there was another game that was kind of a turn-based title, like it was right towards the beginning of the show.
Octopath Traveler 2.
I'm really excited about that, but I've already made my piece about that on the internet.
I'm more excited about Octomom than Octopath Traveler.
I gave up. Yeah, listen. We old, right? We got some time in this game. Yeah. Once I got to the point, the graphics was cool, right? I waited till I didn't buy it on my Switch. It came to Game Pass, so I said, you know what? Let me try this game because I wasn't giving y'all no $50 to $60. So I get this game. I played it for about 4 hours and said, I can't stand turn-based no more. I'm done.
Yep.
Thank you, Game Pass, for reminding me why I stopped playing this crap.
That game is beautiful. That game is enjoyable. Now, see, as somebody who just beat Soul Hackers 2, I just you know what I'm saying. I like it. I like the new style of RPGs, and I love the old style. Turn-based is just a different level of it's just another different level of strategy, and I just think that you don't get that anywhere else in any type of genre of game. So that's why I'm still like Midnight Suns. I'm so hyped for Midnight Suns.
Yeah, me too. But you could make it fun, Mega. I mean, literally standing there, Hoo-cha! And the number pop up. Nah, man. Nah, Yakuza Like a Dragon. I was the first person to say I'm not buying that because I'm not doing turn-based. But they made it fun. And I got into that game a year after it came out. They made it fun. So I said, okay, this is not as bad because you can't go from an action fighting title to turn-based. That's what pissed me off because I'm a Yakuza dude. And I'm like, wait a minute, how you going to turn it to turn-based? We've been punching and smashing buttons for years. What are y'all doing? So I boycotted from day one. I said, I'm not doing it. And, it came to Game Pass. And I said, you know what? Let me give it a go and stop crapping on this game. Then I said, okay, this is cool, but that ain't how I felt about Octopath Traveler.
No, man. The disrespect to turn-based.
It looks like the Ishii one might be going back to its more action-oriented roots from the trailer, but I could be wrong on that.
Oh, what are you talking about from the PlayStation?
Like a Dragon Ishii. Yeah.
It
looks from the trailer. It looks like they're going back to that hack and slash, combo system or whatever, more so than the new one.
Yeah, it definitely is a hack and slash type of going back to what you played in the older ones. But this is a remake to a game that didn't come to the US. So so that's the reason why it's that, because from what I've heard is that that game did so well, the last Yakuza game, that they're going to continue to stick with the turn base. So, and a lot of people said that they had fun with it. I bought it when it first came out, but it's in the backlog. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I'm just now in the middle. Well, not now, but when last time I played it was on the second Yakuza, and I'm like in the middle of that. So because the first Yakuza game, Yakuza 0, I put like 165 hours into it. Like those
Oh,
games
that
are not
means
small.
you're suffering from a state of depression if you listen to Vlad TV.
Oh yeah. What is that? What Vlad said, man?
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
God.
what he said, and I made a video tearing his head off today.
Oh my
He
God!
disrespected every gamer like he was a psychiatrist.
Oh.
And he was out here giving out meds to help us. He said anybody that played games over 10 hours are in a state of depression. And he said, then he did a rebuttal and said, I'm not talking about the people that play in e-games or people that's turned professional.
My God, bro! If somebody is but see, that's the thing that blows my mind, right? Like all he has on his shows is stuff for entertainment, right? Like, so if you're listening to music for over 10 hours, if you're watching TV for over 10 hours, or anything else, hell, if you rock collecting for over 10 hours, I mean, that is still so. Are you trying to say to us that when people do these type of things, that is a hobby that they enjoy, that is going to put you in depression? No, social media, I feel, is what put
you goddamn right.
Heck,
I went on.
You're probably not depressed. You're probably hormonally suppressed. But I
went on a huge rant. I was like, first of all, grown people, kids that come home from school and a long day at work, we escape in this video game space.
Exactly.
Nobody ain't goddamn depressed. We get in these party chats, we sip a little bit, we have a good time, and we crack jokes and we enjoy each other's company while playing games. Nobody's depressed playing games. And if you're depressed, then you need to speak for yourself and don't speak for us.
It almost
with your channel with the soap opera as the world turns in General Hospital hood drama you dealing with every day, paying people to incriminate themselves.
It's almost like they're jealous of the gaming community.
Yeah, they
people
are.
That say this because of the fact that why is it that I can't get in there? Because, like you said, I'm too busy being in this drama-filled universe that you can't find pleasure into the smaller things in life. Because gaming, as big as it is, it's not something that is. It's not something that can. If a person doesn't understand it, they can't really actually understand about the culture of gaming. It's just like you're trying to
be playing video games. I'm getting so sick of that.
That's a great question. I got to ask each of you guys. So when you grew up playing video games, and all of us have, how did your parents treat you or your siblings treat you because you played video games? Did you get that's cool, son, go ahead and play your games? Or did you kind of get the stink eye and they were like, why are you still playing that fucking bullshit?
Well, I used to get this. 20, 30 dudes in my house every night in my basement playing games. Dang. That's just what it was. My house was a video game house. So I wasn't surrounded by somebody saying, oh, you nerdy or this. And remember, we old enough to went through the video game crash. People don't even know what happened back then. They hear about it, but they didn't experience the video game crash. We went through that.
Thanks,
right? It's like people don't understand what Sony did to Sega, and we didn't have Sega games for 3-4 years after Dreamcast fell. People forget the history on where we was built from. This is why when they say we shouldn't be playing games, I will whoop your ass in Halo at any given time when you choose to. Because we're supposed to be the old people. We're not old. We experienced.
We're seasoned.
Right. We level up as we get older.
Right.
Some of us get carpal tunnel in their hands as they get older, but you know, I still play and I still enjoy it.
I'm just saying, it was a little different. I mean, it's somewhat kind of like with Lemon's situation because my house was the gaming house. I had the homies. I didn't have 20 or 30 people at the house, but I had a good 8 to 10, and we would sit there and we would play games all day, would piss off my ex-girlfriends at the time. And then there would, then it would always come to resort to this situation because my wife, she gets asked by her friends all the time, like, you let him play video games? She's like, yeah, I know where he's at, and he ain't going nowhere. Shit, he's good. I
know, right? I go right in that living room. He right there, or right in that game room.
Right, like
right,
he's in his game room.
Right.
Like,
he ain't at the bar. He ain't out there chasing
because if I wasn't doing this, I'd be at the bar. I'd be at the
outside
sports bar. I'd be outside. You know what I'm saying? So So to me, and besides that, I lived, you know what I'm saying, so much. You know what I'm saying? So like doing stuff in the streets, just doing all types of crazy shit, you know, chasing women, doing all that other stuff. Home is sanctuary. And so, you know, growing up, like to answer your question, New, for me, there was two different folds. Like, yeah, my grandfather used to sit there and look at me crazy. And then like my grandmother would sit there and say, boy, get off that stupid game, go outside. Right. So I would go outside.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's what I would do. But then this was what was crazy. But I had to be inside the house before the porch light came on. So what do you think I was going to do?
Because I was going to right there. He said the porch light.
Oh yeah. No, that's what the family was like. So
right.
So when the porch light come on, I'm not trying to sit here and watch Falcon Crest with y'all. So you know what I'm saying. So what do you think I'm going to do? So they let me get in there and on that little TV and play my Nintendo. And and that's what it was. So my grandfather always, my grandmother. Not so much. My mom, definitely not. My mom hated me playing video games. But my grandfather, even though he says, man, I don't understand why you like these funny, he called them funny electronic toy boxes. He says, but he's seen that I enjoyed him. And since he was a trash man, like he would come up on some cool shit. Like he came up on a ColecoVision from one of his routes. So like, that's how I got to play a ColecoVision. So it was, so, you know what I'm saying? Like to me, it's because people used to want to attack you. Wanted to beat you up, but I always was a sport. So I was one of the lucky ones. But for other nerds out there that was gaming or that was in anime and stuff like that, you know, they would come up because I'm a jock and jocks ain't really supposed to be messing with nerds. But when we start talking about video games and stuff, that kind of alleviate them from getting attacked. But yeah, no, it was just a different time back then for gamers. And like Glenn said, the crash, that part was difficult, but it's not like I game more now, and I love the fact that I get to do it at an older age since I don't have to be out in the streets like that anymore. That, you know what I'm saying, more than I did when I was younger. And I just look at this situation and I think, man, you know what I'm saying, it's good to be alive because we have experienced gaming from its infancy all the way now to looking at where gaming has become to be popular, where anime has become popular and all that stuff. So yeah, no, it's a beautiful thing for me. But yeah, no, it was a little bit different for sure because they would look at me side eye. They were like, man, get your ass off that game.
First of all, you got to stop being modest, King Mega. We made video games cool.
We did.
We did that trend.
Yeah, we're the parents.
We paved the way. Yeah, we paved the way because when we came up, if our kid wanted a video game, you was a happy father, right? Your kid says, "Yo, I want an Xbox, so I want a PlayStation."
No doubt.
All my kids are gamers.
So our parents was looking at us like we was crazy. We dealt with all that disrespect.
My mom, she used to buy a lot of my games, and I had a pretty massive Sega Genesis collection. I probably had the biggest collection in my community. A lot of my friends would come over and play the games at my house or borrow stuff from my collection and stuff. And my mom, you know, the thing is, she always thought it was sort of childish per se. She never really understood it, but she supported it because she knew it made me happy, and also she knew it kept me out of trouble. There were a lot of kids in my neighborhood that, you know, like I said, they weren't into games, but you know what they were doing? They're getting in trouble with the law. They were vandalizing shit, doing stuff like that. We didn't have a lot of opportunities like some of today's generation where they have a lot of great organized sports and they have the best courts and they have all sorts of things that we never had. But I also knew how to balance my life. Like I wasn't just a house hermit with a video game. I played a shit ton of video games, but I still dragged my ass out to the street and played basketball or baseball, or went out and played some hockey and street hockey and all those sorts of things. So I guess that was the thing, you know, as long as you're, you know, trying to do well in school or a good kid with a good attitude, my parents supported it. But, you know, today it's always funny because when she hears me buying it today, you know, I got my own money and I buy my own shit. And she's like, are you ever going to grow up? You're 46 years old and you're still buying those video games? Like, what's wrong with you?
Dude, you know? I got that when I came down to the South at Memphis, because that's all they do down here. Drink, chase girls, go to bars, and talk about sports. So when I say I'm into video games down there, like, ain't you a little bit too old to play video games? They didn't play that many video games down here in the South. They did. And it just cracks me up how they just stereotype me and stuff like that. Oh, you ain't ever grown up. I be like, I grew up, I brought my kids up, I took care of them, I paid the bills.
Yep.
Just because I do my hobby, I don't go out and drink like that. Every now and then I used to go do karaoke. But other
I
than
drink
that,
like that all the time, but it be
Yeah,
online.
I mean, I haven't drunk. I haven't drunk lately, but yeah, no, yeah.
I'm about to make me a drink after the show.
Hey.
Now you're gonna make me want to think about it, right?
Y'all know
Like
what
this.
I'm
I
talking
play
about
video
when you
games.
tell
It'd be like
people
this.
that, though.
You say,
Y'all
I play
know.
video games 40 hours a week and you drink 40 hours a week. But guess what? I play video games and I'm probably broke and you're probably just about divorced. So there you go.
Right.
Hey, listen,
Either
man.
way, yeah. See,
I had
everybody has
two
a hobby,
homes
man.
coming up. I lived in a project, but my godfather house. This is how it was in my godpop's crib. He was an OG Tomahawk. That's the old games from like the 69s and 70s. And back then the gangs wasn't like the gangs today. They was more like protect your block, keep the rough, the crazy people out. So we came up. I came up in the atmosphere, and he used to cut hair in the house. We used to have people in the house all the time, all the damn time. So we always, I was the video game
Always
dude.
had a home. There was always a homie.
It was
that cut her.
always something happening in my crib. So even when dudes had a problem outside with each other, when they come to my house, they didn't even care. We going in the basement and we gonna play on this Trinitron TV or this DLP TV, or one time I even had a movie screen just to play games. My house was the gaming crib, and even though I lived in the project with my grandmother, I was at my godfather's house every day because that's where my games was at. You know what I'm saying? And he was an advocate for game. He passed away at 63 years old. He used to play Battlefield, Forza, and 2K. That's it. So he was 63 years old. So it's not about it. I told somebody the other day, when I play Fortnite, I don't care if your kid is 60 or 6. I'm putting the smoke on them because once you sit in that chair, there's no age limit. There is no age limit with controllers. We all are equal. We starting in the same demographics. I'm 6'5". K-Mega ain't no small dude. That don't mean nothing when we get online and play Halo. That don't mean nothing in Battlefield. That don't mean nothing in a fighting game. It's about skill set. So we all are equal. There's no colors. There's no religion. There's nothing online but gaming. That's what I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? Gaming is gonna take me to my grave. I'm never gonna stop playing. And if I ever get a woman that don't want me to play games, she's out of here.
And that was one thing too, is that like with my last relationship, she hated it, right? Like, but I mean, it you know what I'm saying? And so, but I prioritize our time, by not, because she wanted to watch TV, wanted to do this, wanted to do that. I made sure that I was giving her time or whatever, when we would go out and do things like that. And I mean, I still do, but then, but my wife now, she at first didn't understand it because she's not into gaming whatsoever. But the more and more we talked about it, and she's like, you know what? It's no different than me when I'm sitting here watching Netflix or watching all these shows. Like that's her that's her thing. Like she gets in a blanket.
You told me about that.
Yeah, she gets in a blanket, sit there, get her toes out, wiggling her toes, got her little drink. And she's chilling, and I'm like, I'm not watching that bullshit that you watching. So I'm over in here. And she don't care.
We over here.
Yeah, we over here. Oh my God. So, but yeah, no, that's the one thing. I mean,
listen, K-Mega, don't teach you this.
Yeah,
don't teach you this. My shorty new thing is it's the no sex box.
Oh yeah.
Hell no.
Once it come on, nothing's coming off.
Nothing coming off. Yeah, no.
Lemon, you really need to get a T-shirt that has that in the front.
No sex box.
Oh my God. I'd fucking buy one of those.
Hey,
awesome.
I might need to get a shirt like that too, because there's some times when I get into them games, man, and I'm sitting here like,
you just in your own world.
I'm lost.
Oh, especially your RPGs. Don't bother K-Mega when he in this.
Listen,
when Midnight Suns drop, hey, don't even. Nobody hit me up for nothing because you ain't gonna get no response back. I'm lost. But yeah, no, I really do enjoy. I mean, gaming is just something. It helped me get through really hard times, especially like when Newfie was alluding to, like the stuff that was out in the streets, and then, because I mean, God raised fools and babies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So either you're you know what I'm saying, you're a young baby that's born and come up, or if you still trying to be raised, then you're a fool because you need to grow up. And I had to learn how to grow up quick because I was a single father in high school. And so when people sit there and want to try to judge me from outside of because of what I'm doing with gaming or doing podcasting and shit like that, oh, you old, you almost 50. How are you gonna sit there and be talking about game? Bitch, you sit there, you over here run your mouth, and Jock Kojima, who is like 60 some years old, stop it. And then on the top of that, like my kids are grown. My son will be 28 in February, and my daughter's 23. Come on now.
Well, yeah, the average age of the gamers, he says, between 36 and 40, and most of the games that these kids are playing are made by 40-plus-year-old people.
Right. 40 plus. Look at the gray hair on these developers, right? Like, I mean, you looking at Cory Balrog, and everybody's over here loving the stuff that he's doing with God of War and other games that he's done in the past or whatever. Yeah. And the man's got gray like the man got, and that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's, to me, it's, I think the people that do the most complaining, like Vlad and others, are people who don't understand the genre and really deep down might be a little jay because gaming has gotten so big. And they aren't a part of the culture now. And that, to me, like I said, it's great to be alive to see that video game and anime and stuff. Because, man, you cannot walk in my neighborhood with a Dragon Ball Z shirt on or a Kira shirt. You get your ass beat. You get beat on JP. You just get it worked. Wow. And you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, you look like you looking like a nerd, bitch.
Right.
Yeah, like.
But in New York, it wasn't like that, bro.
Oh, bro, it was crazy.
We had a hardcore back in the days. Like, even when I'm talking to like my boy King, the way we came up, we had a huge import scene. Huge. Mm-hmm. Like, you would go downtown and see mad Bruce Lee shirts, anime shirts. It would just. We had a huge import scene. I'm talking about crazy. So we had like
we country folk. We country folk out here, man. We country folk out here. We ain't advanced like that. I know. It's different. It's different. Man, it's different. But we had that here. Different. So I remember we didn't really live like that. Like if you had two video game consoles back in the days, like I had Sega Genesis and I had Super Nintendo. Mm-hmm. Yo, dudes used to get a Super Nintendo and got one cartridge for the whole year. Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Man. So if you had multiple games, you was fortunate. And even if you had one system and your boy had one system, y'all used to go to each other's house and play. That's why I don't understand the console war, because if you had a Genesis, I had a Super Nintendo, the only way I'm gonna play Mario is go to your crib. Right. Only way you playing Sonic is to come to my crib.
Right. Playing the console over to your crib.
Right. Either or. Hooking TVs up and all kind of crap.
Hey, real quick, do y'all remember back in the day you used to have this high-end game store that sold a lot of Japanese titles for your console, and you had to go to the Japanese store and pay almost double for the game?
Yeah, we had that.
And people thought you were crazy because you just spent double.
It was JNL. Yeah, it was Penguin Village.
It was
never had that
for me. It was
that's what we had in New York. That's what me and the Lords. We all me, Cog, Sav, and Dave got the same. We shopped in the same place because that was JNL on Elizabeth Street and Canal Street used to import Street Fighters, Tekkens, Mortal Kombat before they hit American soil.
That's where I got my Saturn
months ahead of time. We used to go down there just to play the Japanese import and Neo Geo machines. Many people didn't even have. One of my cousins came from Puerto Rico, and when he came here, and we went to 42nd Street, and we went underneath the train station and 34th Street because they was like right underneath. One was right underneath the Garden, and the other one was underneath Broadway. Listen, he was like, I've never seen this many lights on in one place in my life. Just the lights. The arcades was crazy. Dave and Buster's ain't got nothing on those two spots.
No.
Nothing.
On an arcade, man, in the arcade era when it was at its prime, David Buster's ain't nothing.
Yeah, it ain't nothing. But being from New York, I thought everywhere was like that. But when I start traveling around the country, I was like, damn, they don't got arcade machines. You'll see like one Space Invader machine.
No, they.
I was like, whoa.
You always saw
what we had what we had was modded. I got a friend that when I was first started playing Tekken at the arcades, there was a group of Koreans, and I challenged them, and of course they looked at me crazy, like, who is this black man coming up here? Black. Well, I was a teenager at the time, or a preteen, and you know, I get in there, and then they was like, oh, you can know how to play Tekken. So like, you know, we got cool.
Oh God, good story.
No. I'm not gonna go in full detail. But anyway, so Sasha, my homeboy, like he owned a game store. So there was like that was also fortunate as well, because there was this white guy named Frosty that he owned a game store, and he introduced me to Halo nights, which LAN parties.
Yes.
But before that, there was Sasha, and he introduced me to modded PlayStation. And I was like, what is this? And so that's how I got a hold of Japanese imports, was because through him. And so I knew how to he taught me how to mod PlayStations. And then and so then when I got a hold of all those games and stuff like that, and then I ain't going to go into all logistics, and you know what I'm saying, I know it's past the time, but I had military homeboys that knew how to do this and that and whatever. So I would go rent games all over the place, and then he would have games that was in the store that were Japanese imports. And I was like, man, are you kidding me? And so then, you know, I take it to the military homeboy's house, boom, 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 give them back. And then I got these games, and I didn't know what the hell they were saying most of the time. But, you know, if there was something that was hack and slash or something that I could kind of get a feeling with, I loved it. So yeah, no, we didn't have any store like that in Oklahoma. That was, you know, like that you have like that in the East Coast, but yeah, no, that's how I got my answer
too. They had it in Chicago.
Yeah, they never heard of that story. No, Radio Shack wasn't doing a modded PlayStation.
Nah, so. Man. But I had got into a debate one day with a younger dude. I said, you know how gangster I was in beating games from Japan? He was like, yeah. Y'all remember this game called Arc the Lad on PlayStation? I beat that game when it was all Japanese, 1 and 2. Didn't know what the story was.
Nuts.
Didn't know what the story was new. I'm just playing. I beat it. I ain't know what was going on. Arc the Lad. I ain't gonna never forget that.
Okay, state of play time.
Yeah, let's bring it back around. That was a great conversation, though, and I do love hearing those great stories about our childhood, and we certainly all share that same love and passion. Like I said, some people just don't get it, but we certainly do. We've been there at the ground floor, most of us, and have had almost every system. And again, played for the love of gaming. You know, when it was at its purest. But let's bring it back to this. Let's bring it back. Yeah, you see, that was the thing. We didn't have all this outside influence and stuff back in the day. That was it. You just made up your own mind about a game. And the worst you could do is go to school and you brought a copy of a magazine and you maybe you said, hey, I like this game on Nintendo, and you got a little bit of flack, but you know, it was totally different. But yeah, I do digress. Let's talk about state of play real quick. And we'll start with just K-Mega. Obviously, look, tell us what you liked about it today. Obviously, the big surprise for you, kicking it off with Strong and seeing Tekken, I'm sure had you excited right from the get-go. But what games did you like most today? And obviously, you know, they ended off with God of War Ragnarok. Which I'll talk about in a minute.
Ragnarok.
I didn't. I didn't. I was so hyped. That's why my hurt ass went to bed over here thinking I was gonna get some ass. But anyway, no. I saw. I heard put it work on myself. But anyway, so I saw it. That was up. I was so crunk when I saw that. Like, my God, you know, because if you know me, Tekken is everything. That is my favorite right there. So I was like, oh my God, and it looked like it's going to be an Unreal Engine 5. Oh my God.
Shit.
So hopefully they'll do the true rollback net code and all that. Yeah. They put all the bells and whistles and treat consoles a little bit better. Then so now since they got expertise on how to put those games on PC, because they run so much better on PC. But anyway, that game, of course, that I'm not into VR. You know, I'm happy for people who like VR, but those games I kind of gloss over and just like, okay, cool. But I was surprised about Project Eve, where I guess the real name is called Stellar Blade, being exclusive. Because remember, when that game was first announced, it was a multiplat, and so it was supposed to be slated to come out this year. and then you didn't hear anything else about it, and then the rumors came out about our PlayStation. They got involved in now, so they gave the official name, which is Stellar Blade. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a huge grab for them because the game looks stunning. But this is the thing right here, right? Like I was ready to throw some shade once when I was getting on Twitter, where I was going to say, this game is going to be capped about until the game is ready to be bought for $70, and then nobody's going to talk about it no more. So let the stand. You know what I'm saying? But it's good. Yeah. But it's a good look for that. Also Ronin, that looked really good. That looked awesome.
Yeah.
And then of course the Yakuza game looked really good. And then I think people can put to bed about God of War, because even if God of War is not as big as the last God of War, the 2018 God of War, right, you can't talk bad about how great they get. Because when you saw Atreus shoot that arrow in the sky, bro, I was like, yo, okay, all right, so y'all flexing. I dig it. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
well, you didn't get offended about this part though. There's a part you should have got offended by, all of us, if you're God of War fans.
What?
When Atreus told his father, yo, I got you.
Oh no, because
he's the God of War. He's killed many gods. Hey, you don't have to get him.
No. I think what that's setting up is that like Atreus is going to be going to be a badass, right? Like he's going to be that guy. So he might. This might be the game where he is going to become the God of War himself. But but yeah,
large shoes to fill, buddy.
Yeah, well, you know what? But Kratos sounds real old. He sounds, you know what I'm saying? He sounds caring now.
And then he said, I welcome death if it happens right now. I said, if they kill him, I'm not buying no more God of Wars. I'm not buying no God of Kids.
Yeah, no, he's out of there, bro.
If they kill my man, just like if they kill Master Chief, those are my two favorite games.
They're out of there.
Listen, if they kill my guy, I'm telling you.
Should have been doing a long time ago. Put Chief on ice. They getting Kratos' old ass out of there. I can't. I'm going. This is why I love God of War.
I'm gonna have a whole week of videos boycotting.
Get his old ass out of there. I love Kratos. I love it. I can play other games that he was in his memory. But let's move on. Anyway, but that looks absolutely stunning. So yeah, no, I gave the show an A-. The only thing that I taken off is because of the VR games. But that's just me. Overall, it's an A. It was a great show.
You got an eye herpes problem. That's all.
I do. Wow. Yeah, I don't want eye herpes.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a VR dude. I'm looking for the PlayStation VR. Amen. You know what pissed me off today? The games they showed, I have on my Oculus Quest. Right. There was not no new games. Those were games on the Quest.
Wow.
But I own both of them. Yeah. That's why I was like, okay. And then my man was like, "You're usually excited." I said, "Not about something I already got."
Yeah. and showing off games before, essentially, like, you know, they really hyped even up the PlayStation VR. Really, like, we haven't seen much on that other than some basic. And you're kind of showing the games, but we're like, we need to know more about the system.
They're gonna hit you over the head with the price. So
if it ain't $299, they tripping.
That thing gonna be $500 limit. I'm telling you.
But listen, But K-Mega, all the power is in the console. The headset is not like an Oculus. I'm saying the Oculus is basically just the lenses. If it's $500, I'm not buying it. I'm telling you right now,
guaranteed. $400 to $500, guaranteed.
No, I think it's got to come in under the price of the PlayStation 5 digital.
That's what I said. They can't match that with the console.
In the digital now, $450?
No, well. And not here.
But let me say, like,
it's $399 here.
PlayStation 5 is doing the heavy lifting. They just need sophisticated lens technology.
Right, because they're using the GPU of the console. Like when I have my Oculus Quest plugged up to my PC, the graphics increase by 10. Because it has a cell phone processor in there. It's not no powerful hardware. It's just this all-in-one headset.
Gentlemen,
I know what you're saying, K-Mega. Yeah. You're right. But I'm saying what it's supposed to be, not what they think it should be.
Sony don't do anything what they're supposed to be.
There's a difference,
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
The way Sony's going, they're going to say, we're going to tell you once again, you will need a second job to afford a
Yo, facts.
Right. So
Wait till y'all see
enjoy
my
that
new
experience.
PlayStation skit. Y'all gonna be laughing. I'm gonna just give y'all one thing: PlayStation tax, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh,
That's a hint. Y'all gonna be cracking up. They
charge
bugging,
you.
man.
They charge you for haptic.
Yeah,
features,
$10.
bro.
$10.
So
They charging you for something that they built into the system that you
that you
purchased.
paid $500 for. Right. So
I'm not doing that.
Wait till you see how much they're gonna charge you for that new version of an Elite controller. We have
know
haptic
what?
feedback in there. That's why it's special. That's why it's better than the Elite.
Yeah, okay, we'll see. Just see how long that battery lasts, because I got extra batteries already for my regular controller.
So K Mega really liked the show today. A minus is a pretty stellar. That sounds like one of the best state of plays in a while.
That's about what I gave it to.
Well,
I gave it
tell
a
us
B
more,
plus.
Sir X-Man. Why don't you go for it, man? Tell us what you liked most about today's state of play. What games got you excited?
God of War.
There you go. God of War.
That's pretty much it. God of War.
That's pretty much it. Didn't get all off when you saw that.
I'll be forced to buy Tekken 8, so I know I got.
Goddamn right, you better. You better.
You didn't get all excited for Stellar Eve when she saw that those buns and that nice suit.
Wow.
Man. You know Sir X-Man's gonna get that game. He gonna get it on PC because it's definitely gonna come to PC.
Noof was watching that like, hold up, rewind that.
Yeah. Bro, when we first saw it, man, like that, that's like, man, that girl thick boy. So
I like the chick with the white hair and on the Nintendo thing for Bayonetta when she got that buddy in the background helping.
Oh, the homegirl, yeah,
the homegirl. She
I think I'm on the wrong podcast.
No, you on the right podcast. You on the right podcast.
If y'all start be like,
Dude, this is
he got the
Bayonetta. Project Eve.
You can almost go as wild as you want, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
How about that Ronin game? I have to say that was a big surprise. Nobody saw that one kind of coming right out of left field.
No.
And now, do you guys think that's going to be? Do you think that game is basically going to follow in the footsteps of Neo, or do you think it's going to be a little bit different? Perhaps.
I think it's going to be more of a hack and slash.
Neo is a dungeon. It's a
soul type.
It's
of
a
game.
soul-like game.
Yeah.
So closer to Ninja Gaiden, perhaps.
I think it's going to be closer.
Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
You know, what the other game I mentioned? I can't think right now. What did I say earlier? I can't be asking Sir X-Man after 20 minutes his memory gone.
What is it? Tenchu. You thought it was close to a game like Tenchu.
Tenchu. We must have been at that 19-minute, 34-second mark.
Right. Yeah. Y'all must just talked about that.
Hey, Lemon. You see that?
I'm sorry. That finger look old. It looked like it's a leaning tower of pizza.
That shit was a little crooked. Man, bro.
I'm sorry, Sir X-Man.
Boy, look at it, man. Boy, you gonna put them old ass hands down, man.
Yo, at least get that ash off your finger before you flip me off.
You gonna come in, man? No ass, man. You getting looked on the camera, man. You coming up here?
I don't care.
I don't care. Lotion on deck, bro. Lotion on deck.
Dude. Oh, we know what that man was doing.
Dude.
Hell no, bro.
Like Bayonetta.
Project E. Stellar Blade.
My man over there giving himself blisters. Damn.
Nope. That's what this for. No.
You left yourself wide open.
Oh my god.
You know what I did? And I was like, damn, they're gonna get me, but that's all right.
I'm sorry.
Lord help me.
I'm sorry,
And
Sir
X-Man, would you say that you said God of War? Would you say it felt like it's going to be everything that it should be? Was it obviously a better representation now than perhaps the last time we saw it?
Yeah, they upgraded from the last God of War, so yeah, I noticed the difference.
It definitely has the showpieces like that. Every God of War game is known for the big monsters, you know, the mythology, that crazy like mermaid looking chick that flies up past the tank or whatever. Yeah. There was a lot of stuff in there. Like, I have to go out and watch all this stuff because I didn't absorb it very good the first time, but my God, it looked incredible.
It looks like a 20, 25, 30-hour game, so that's good. So for people
you think it's gonna be that long?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be that long.
It'll be 20 for sure.
It definitely is 20. I don't think it's going to be as long as as 2018 God of War. I don't.
Well,
but I mean, I could be
2018
wrong.
got a lot of replayability beating them damn Valkyries.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the other Valkyries were.
Yeah, a lot of people had to come back.
Yeah.
multiple times.
They were
Things was hard.
They were a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew right off the bat when you first fought the first one and she slammed your face in the ground and slid your ass. Like, what?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah,
I'm actually surprised that they didn't show any Street Fighter 6. That surprised me.
You know, I think that they're paying their respects for Street Fighter like they did when they did that State of the Play a few months ago. And then like now they're showing Tekken. I mean, they're bringing the big guns. Tekken. So it looked like the Tekken and Street Fighter 6 is going to be coming out in the same year, which that would be amazing.
That's a battle. That's a battle.
Right. And let's not forget, NetherRealm is working on something because Ed Boon's been teasing it. So that could be coming. So we could be looking at a fantastic year for fighters. Yeah. Right. So I'm looking forward to that.
I was kind of shocked we didn't see more about perhaps Forspoken.
Well, you know, they had a demo playthrough the other day from Tokyo Game Show this week.
So perhaps
maybe that's why they didn't do it.
Right. And they did show something on the Square Enix show. So and people ripped it. So maybe Sony was like, just cut it. You know,
right. Well, you know, it's like I gave the show a B+, but it's like, since when seeing games is a bad thing?
Fact.
What are we doing as a community? Not us, like us here, but I'm just saying, like, you should be happy to see anything that you might be purchasing in this near future. You know, I heard some real bad things about the State of Play, and I was like, well, that Disney stuff wasn't good. Like, I was sitting here going to sleep. I mean, I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? It was not good. But today, listen, 20 minutes, there was no talking, gameplay being shown, or a nice CG in terms of Tekken being showed. How can you be upset with that?
I was told that was in engine.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. No. I was
Unreal is unreal. It's unreal, but it ain't unreal.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. But you know what I'm saying? But I got multiple people that I trust. They're saying that is. But now I will got to cuss them out. And then I went public with that. But I'm just saying they was like, because if you've seen stuff from Unreal Engine 5, like, I mean, it's next level. So
no doubt. I covered it last week just walking through these trees. It was crazy.
Okay.
The super chat coming in from our good friend Splendiferous. He drops $2, says, live bunch of cookies you got there, Noof. 3 milk duds.
Wow.
Trying to figure out
I don't know how to take that.
I know, right?
If you like milk duds, thank you for the compliment. But if you mean milk like a dud, we got a problem.
Yeah, bro. Like I don't know. Now, you know what I'm saying? If you got a fixation for black men, I mean, that's cool. Hey, but I'll just go ahead and pull this out and you'll just go be fine. I'm not interested. I got to watch.
Oh, boy.
All right. Awesome so far. Dragon, Lemon, go ahead, man. Just kind of give us what got you excited from today's State of Play. Obviously, how you'd basically score it, but what was the best of the bunch? And
the best of the bunch was pretty much what everybody summed up, man.
Okay.
That exclusive game, right, with the female.
Yep.
Well, it was called Paris Eve.
Stellar
Project
Blade.
Eve. What is it called now?
Stellar
Blade now. Yeah.
That was awesome. The Ronin game.
Correct.
Her thickness. That's what it is. That's what it calls.
I'm happy for the Tekken because can Mega tell you Tekken don't work good for me, and I got a gigabyte connection. It just doesn't play well for me. So I need to move on to the next one to get that one up the internet try because I love Tekken and can't play it, and I'm not playing by myself. But to finish the show is my favorite game, Kratos.
Absolutely.
I was extremely excited to see the combat is sped up. And it looked clean. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say how many hours I think it is. You don't know. But I'm pretty sure that it's not going to be no 1, 2, 3 because there's never been a God of War. You run through it. There's never been one of them, even on a handheld. So I'm excited. You know, the VR stuff didn't do nothing for me because they didn't show anything new. The last State of Play, they showed 3 games. They showed Resident Evil series coming over there. they showed a good game. So I said, okay, but this time they just showed something I owned already. So that's why it didn't do nothing for me because I'm an avid VR player. But to see Kratos getting busy again, man, that's all I need. That's all I need, man. Tekken and Kratos. Yep. I just need Tekken to work because I ain't played Tekken in a minute. I ain't lying. I love 7. It just doesn't run for me, so I'm disappointed with that.
Here's how I took the show in. Obviously, yes, opening with Tekken. So first of all, they open with an instantly recognizable title. If you don't know what Tekken is, like I said, it just shows you that you have not been around the game scene very long at all. So they start with a big title. They hype that up, get it going. I mean, some people could care less for fighters or some people could care less for racing games, but you cannot deny Tekken still holds weight. There are tons of millions of fans around the world that love these games and are super excited. Then they show us a mix of some games that we have seen before, but they've kept them out of the spotlight long enough that they felt fresh, like the Project Eve game, which now has a new title, Stellar Blade. And it's the most we've seen of that title for a while, and it looks stunning. You cannot help but say, no matter how this game turns out, it's scoring on presentation. Right off the bat, we saw these crazy monsters. We saw this sexy Bayonetta-like chick who's got swords. She's got a gun that transforms like a friggin' from a little thing to a
Did
like
you
a
see that?
Rifle. That was crazy.
Ooh, that was awesome.
Yep.
Like lighting effects, like gut stuff coming out. It was just one of those. Okay, that game looks nuts. Like I said, then you come back with some of the stuff that people know and love. Again, like the Sega stuff from Ryogu, whatever the name of the company is that makes the Yakuza series. So they got the Like a Dragon Ishii, which definitely looked pretty awesome as well. I mean, Sega fans probably rolling at the bet. But then you get the surprises. You do get that Ronin game from an established studio, Team Ninja. Automatically reason to be excited, and it's exclusive. And if there's one thing that resonated through this whole show again, something that, again, is sort of kind of missing from the Xbox stuff, is that sense of exclusive. Sony definitely rubs it in whenever possible. Exclusive. Hogwarts come out their game. Yeah, we've seen that game a million times, but they made sure, hey, it's got this exclusive PlayStation only mission, stuff like that. And that's what keeps you invested in that platform, is because even if it goes to Xbox, that they've got it locked down for a certain length of time. They put emphasis on it. They're paying some friggin' money, like I said, to do this. And Sony knows the value of why this worked for them. But yeah, it was a great show. And of course, obviously for me, like I said, the Ronin was huge. That game, Stellar Blade, and obviously God of War did not disappoint. The best look we've seen at the game for quite so long time. It is coming out. And we also saw one little surprise, but we should have seen it coming. The God of War controller. I don't know how you guys felt about it. I thought it was okay. It didn't exactly blow my mind. It was, but it looked okay. I don't know how'd you guys feel about that controller?
As a God of War fan, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I'm not that, man.
It wasn't enough. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt that way too. Like,
two little icons on a touchless pad because nobody uses it. I was like, nah.
I get to touch the wolf's bum. Yay.
Yeah, I'm not. No. Nice try though. Good E for effort.
Yeah,
you got to do better than that.
Just go ahead and bundle that in the console.
Right.
When it comes,
you can't go from a Sea of Thieves controller,
a
Toon Squad controller, a Forza controller, a Halo Elite Series 2 controller to that.
Yeah.
No. I'm not. No.
That's not gonna work for me. Sony just does the bare minimum when it comes to the controllers. A guy out there by the name of Xbox Pope, I guess it's Pope Art now, embarrasses anything that these guys are making. Pope should be making controllers today. It's gonna put to shame anything that their high-end paid guys are producing for Sony. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's a fact. And they're gonna charge premium price.
Mm-hmm.
They're already charging $70 for the controller. How much is that going to cost with that extra artwork?
Absolutely. But some guys, I'm sure, are just like, oh my God, that controller looks freaking amazing. Okay, you put
I'm on my third job.
You put a wolf
for vibration in my controller.
Another exclusive that Xbox don't got.
Exclusive job offer.
Right? Unbelievable. But okay, but overall, gotta hand it to Sony. This was a good show, and they kind of needed it. They went back to building that hype, not only for the stuff that's 2 or 3 months out, but got you excited for next year and a little bit beyond. So kudos to them. I thought they nailed it. It was a good show.
I got no complaints.
No complaints.
Yeah.
And like you said, how
No
can
complaints, bro.
seeing games be bad? It's never a bad thing. Even Nintendo put together a solid show today, to be honest, for fans
did.
of Nintendo and the stuff that they like. It's not my cup of tea, but that doesn't mean it was crap. It's just not for me. Most of the stuff that I saw is not the kind of games that I invest in. Bottom line.
I mean, but we
So,
got to realize, Noof, it's a
Yeah.
Japanese-eccentric show. It's in Tokyo Game Show. They
mhm.
showed Japanese games.
Yep.
Well,
Amen
I
to
tell
that.
Pretty
you this,
much.
though,
we
Nintendo
can't
show-
expect a whole bunch of Call of Duties because they don't play that.
Hey,
No.
I admit it though. Nintendo show was better than that one that came last week. Who was that last week that we gave like
Disney,
a 5 and a 2? Yeah,
Disney. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Disney showcase. Right.
the mobile showcase.
right. The
Well,
mobile
yeah.
showcase. Thank you.
Oh, hey, look. Now, I'm not even gonna front to you. I was I enjoyed the Ubisoft.
I did too.
I
Yep.
enjoyed the Ubisoft, and I love the fact that they played with people's emotions. They gave the big open world games like for the last 3 Assassin's Creeds, and then they give you Mirage, the old school head. So I think that's smart. I think a lot of people a lot of publishers should invest into that. Like if you want to, if there's people that's still looking for something like that want to go back to the roots, do that,
Yes.
but don't take away from what is selling your games, because
Yeah.
those
Bring me a
do
Rainbow
it.
Six
But they
Vegas
also
3,
unifying
that
they're
style.
unifying the Assassin's Creed. They even changed the icons on our Xboxes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They changed, they unifying it, but then something that I keep talking about, people missed. Did y'all catch the E3 plug for next year? Did y'all catch that?
No, I did not.
Okay, in the pre-show, right? They was talking to that dude, Pierre,
Mhm.
and they was talking to him about he loves Assassin's Creed. He's an artist. He cosplays. He does all this stuff. He ended up being one of their managers over there at Ubisoft. He's part of the public marketing team. Blah 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 blah. Then they go and say, "Yeah, we got to send our best representatives to E3 next year." Nobody caught that.
Something
I'm
big.
with
coming.
it.
Nobody
I'm with
caught
it.
that.
Yep. Well,
It was in the
yes,
pre-show. I was like, people keep saying these companies don't want to go to E3. You see?
I'm excited.
I
I can't wait to go
am I
back.
the only one who heard that?
On the-
I
on
haven't
the-
checked it out, but I
on the
definitely
Ubisoft
can't wait
thing,
to go back.
Since they're going back to old gameplay, bring me back a Rainbow Six Vegas 3, something like that in that genre style. I miss that style of game. Siege is fine.
I'm gonna tell you why they're not gonna do it. 30 million people playing Siege.
I know, but
They're gonna try to fix Ghost Recon first
Vegas had
before
a
they
lot
touch
of-
Rainbow Six, because they winning with
Vegas had
Rainbow.
a lot of Rainbow Six Vegas had a lot of people playing it too, though. So that
Yeah, back in the days, but we was also playing at 15 frames per second.
There's somebody in the chat that asked a question. And I don't know if he's seen it or not, but he was asking. He said, "I wonder how the China one's going to work out. Would there be an open world on mobile? But that Japanese one, my God, that's what we've been asking for, right? Yeah, no, they hit every platform with Assassin's Creed. Yep. They're going to be an open world Assassin's Creed on mobile. There's going to be console centric ones, NPC, and they're going to do also with Mirage. Yep. They're going to do that, and they're doing the Infinity, which is I guess like a psychological thriller type, maybe scary version of Assassin's Creed. Like that is nuts. Like they're saying we're going all in. We were sitting there talking about that during the live.
But it's funny because
Ubisoft is saying, "Go ahead and acquire us. Go ahead, man." This is
over the last couple of years, on various podcasts, certainly on mine, and I made it very clear. I said that I like the old Assassin's Creed. I like the linear story-based stuff myself, and I wish they'd do it. And of course, here they come back with Mirage. So for the first time in years, I'm like, now there's an Assassin's Creed game that I'm actually excited about. And yeah, they're going to do the open world, but the big thing that makes me optimistic with the Project Red is, again, it's Japan. I love that time period. I love the ninjas. And of course, after seeing what, obviously Ghost of Tsushima has laid the foundation of basically taking the formula of Assassin's Creed and making it absolutely dynamite, because that game was just absolutely nuts. Now I'm hoping that maybe they borrow a little bit from that. and just make one of the coolest Ninja Assassin's Creed games ever. I'm definitely excited for that.
I think when Lemon said that Pierre said he wants all hands deck at E3, I think they're going to show the new Splinter Cell.
Stop. We're going to stop the blasphemy.
Man, we gotta stop talking about
Because I was saying it for 7 years straight, right?
My God.
You content creator dudes are going to say,
stop
finally, I told you I was right. If you say it every
Right.
year, you're not right.
Oh, man, after I
Right,
say that,
stop
it's gonna
it.
be on
Please
Twitter now.
stop.
I'm sorry.
They're not listening to us.
Stop
I
it.
hate
We
the
all
person
want Splinter Cell.
man.
This dude is got
Stop
1
it.
foot in the grave. He old as hell. They got to get a whole new dude, man, to play this character.
Get Sam Fisher.
You won't get Splinter Cell, but you might get Sphincter Smell.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Like, come on. I mean, we gotta listen. They not listening to us, right? They put all that money in that free to play battle royale. They deaded it. You know, it's good to see them. Like, I got a lot of homeboys that got over 2,000 hours in Division. It was good to see them supporting Division
I'm
and moving
excited
it to
about
mobile,
Division. Yeah.
moving them with content, giving us a full self-extension with Heartland free-to-play multiplayer. They're going with what's winning. For Honor was another game. When people talk about Halo, I said, listen, a lot of these games are not what they was when they launched. For Honor was not like that. Look at For Honor today.
Yeah.
Look at For Honor today. Look at Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six Siege was horrible at launch. What is it today? After thousands of updates.
You got to give Ubisoft, and yes, that's what I was talking about. Jesse was Hex. I just couldn't think of the actual name of it of the Assassin's Creed. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. A lot of these publishers could learn off of Ubisoft's. Because not only that, because I said this too on when I was on the Iron Lords. We was doing the Ubisoft the live stream, and I said Ubisoft takes chances. I love it, even though they don't with Splinter Cell, but they're not afraid to take chances, and I like that. And they don't give up on their IPs. They just don't. And so when some of these games might seem to go like be dead on the vine, like with EA is, you know, I enjoy EA games, but like the Anthem thing always hurts me because I love the Anthem so much,
which was awesome and got killed by the community.
It got killed, but yeah, but see, but so did the Division. The Division got killed. Like the Division, it was. But then they just kept going with it. Kept going, and now look at the situation. And like For Honor, when For Honor first came out, like you're right, Lemon, it just didn't. It didn't do what it was. It wasn't what people was expecting. And then by the time that I went ahead and I played it with Core. And shout out to Core for talking and playing in the game. That game is fire. In the story mode, all of that.
They had me thinking buying the collector edition. I was dumb.
Oh, I did.
I was like, I bought this statue. This thing is awesome, but nobody's playing it. I was like, I'm by myself.
Hey, another game that came back right now is Battle 2042.
Battlefield's back.
Yes,
yeah.
Battlefield's back. I told dudes, stop talking about these games at launch. Stop talking about these games at launch because I haven't. First of all, I don't see even 2K broken for the first 7 updates. That's just facts.
But you raise a good point, though.
Speaking of that, I'm gonna boot up my 2K right now.
Where like they're setting a bad precedent where these games are coming out, like I said, half of what they're supposed to be broken, missing content. I mean, some of them are, like I said, they got by the grace of God and loyal fan bases that people come back to them. But that's really technically not show. And it's the only industry that gets away with that because, I mean, the movie industry certainly does not. If the movie comes out and it's friggin' shit, you don't add 5 minutes of footage and all of a sudden it becomes,
there's been one movie. There's been one movie.
What movie was that?
Justice League.
I knew you were going to say that.
That's the only movie that's did it.
That redo was so much.
That redo was amazing. But good. I'm sorry.
Snyder's cut.
No. That's a great point because that's literally the only.
But it's been like one.
But it's a slippery slope that gaming is going down when it ends up like that, where all the games come out half-assed, and then 6 months later, 7 months, or 2 years later, they become sort of what they're supposed to. Another one, No Man's Sky, perfect example.
No Man's Sky did the worst. This is what they did, and this is what I said the Halo team need to do. Stop talking to these people because they do not appreciate when you give them
Thank you.
information.
Thank you. Just
Stop talking to them.
Just
because
make what you want to
that
make.
No Man's Stock team, when that game came on PlayStation, they didn't talk to us for a year and a half. And then they just dropped the bomb. Boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then everybody said, oh, this game is great.
No,
they did the same thing with Avengers, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you another example. I bought Avengers day one, like most of us did.
Yep.
They crapped on so much stuff that I didn't really care about, but they made the community not want to play.
I didn't even play it. I didn't even play it because people talked about it so bad.
So then they pull out. They announced Black Panther. A few months down the line, they released the content. You know, when they released Black Panther, they never fixed nothing that was wrong with the game, and everybody said, "Oh, it's great," because they released Black Panther content.
Well, I know.
Are you serious?
To the currency and things like that.
I mean, I ain't talking about like that stuff. I'm just talking about the gameplay elements. Like they was talking about how people gain experience. They was killing this game, but that problem still existed when they dropped the Black Panther DLC. Mm-hmm. It still had those problems, but being that you wanted Black Panther, they didn't care no more. Now everything is kumbaya. We good.
Hey, what game did that happen to you with?
What do you mean? I said the Avengers.
No, I was asking Noof, what game did that happen to you with where they brought something that changed the game over and made you go back?
For me, probably nothing really. Like most games, if I don't like them at launch, I really don't go back.
Damn, hard.
You missing out on a lot of stuff.
No, honestly, Sea of Thieves might be one. Sea of Thieves, because Sea of Thieves was a
that's definitely one.
Sea of Thieves was a shell of itself when it came out. I remember how playing it and how bare bones it felt, and I'm thinking, God, this game feels like it's missing so many things. And if you go back and play it now, I mean, the amount of content they've added and stuff,
ridiculous.
It almost feels like it's an entirely different game.
Yes.
And, everything from the Megalodon to the, like to all the adventures. And even then they added the DLC, which was pretty cool. The Pirates
Captain
of the Caribbean
Jack
stuff.
Right.
And, everything. So, that one potentially was definitely one that has evolved over time and certainly evolved for the better. Yeah.
But you know what we have to stop doing? When those games like that come out, right? Like Halo changed their mentality to go in that direction. They're not building a Halo that is for today. They're building it for tomorrow, right? Yes, they got some hiccups. Let's not forget, Fortnite was dry for almost 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
But now they got their content rolling. Nobody remembers that. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Rainbow Six did the same damn thing. Division 1, first 2 content drops. We beat it in 10 minutes. Do we forget those days? Do we forget the days of Call of Duty having one season pass for $49.99? And that was that was it for the year. They changed Call of Duty model now too, 2 seasons. Yep. So we can't see a game and they tell you, listen, we're gonna run this game for 10 years, but you want everything Grand Slam day one. It's like what I was on K-Make on GLG, right? I said, what did Halo launch in modes? Go in there today and see how many modes you got to play. Go in there and see today. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about all this armor and stuff that you can unlock to make the most fancy Spartans we've ever seen in the history of any Halo. But it's okay if Overwatch just release skins and they charge you for it. Mm-hmm. You see, we depict and ridicule what we choose to say is bad. Everybody jumped on Elden Ring. Elden Ring was broken from day one. Nobody cared because they like it. Nobody cared. It had serious issues. Nobody cared. Frame rate drops. People couldn't connect. Oh, it's okay. We like it. Right. So we have to stop being so critical and disrespectful, especially to the devs, about what they're working on. None of these games that's come out today with longevity in mind comes out with everything. Not one of them. Destiny's on a roll now, but it took you 2 games later.
Weird, eh?
Right?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying nothing. That's my opinion. I'm just saying the history of what we dealt with.
Okay.
Look at what's that game? Warframe? Yeah. You know what Warframe started out looking like? Look at it today.
Yeah, EA is the only company. EA is the only
Fallout
company
76.
For,
I can keep going
games after launch, right?
Huh?
Okay.
I said EA is the only publisher notorious for basically putting a knife in their games. Like
Yes,
after
early and just bail out.
Okay, Grandpa got to get up 4 a.m, so.
All right, Sir X, man. Good to have you here, brother. We'll see you next week. Have
Hey
a great
guys,
night.
thank you guys for coming in and helping out, man. I appreciate it.
Come on, anytime.
Man.
Y'all my dudes, man.
Yep.
Awesome.
If I'd have
Appreciate
seen you earlier, I'd have been on earlier.
All right.
I
Well, we are going to close the
Appreciate
show in
y'all for
just a
having
minute.
me.
I can
But
wait a
before we
minute.
close
Then.
the show, as I've always promised to the good folks who hang around till the end, we got Cletus and we got Safe House on standby. Do we have any questions for these two gentlemen? We won't take a ton tonight, guys, so keep them short, quick, and hopefully these guys have some creative answers for you. By all means, anybody have a question, either directed at Safe House or Cletus?
Go ahead, Kid Mega. Hit him with
Crickets.
something.
Oh, I thought he was asking the chat. He talking about me. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
All right. Well, yeah, you know
anybody.
me.
Oh,
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I thought he was asking the chat too.
Yeah, man. I thought he was asking the chat. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
he changed up the format.
K Mega's just dying to ask Cletus a question, I'm sure.
Yeah, you damn right, because you know I love Cletus. Welcome back, Cletus. So Cletus, what did you do while you were on your hiatus? Did you talk Noof into coming back, or was Noof already thinking about coming back, or was it just that maybe you just whooped his ass? Because like I said, you the baddest white dude in the gaming podcast history, bro. You are just the man. So Cletus, let me know what you was doing on your time off and who talked who into coming back.
Well, I was probably doing half of my neighborhood. That's what I was doing. But honest to God, I threatened you. I said, if you don't come back to podcasting, I'm going to grease your asshole with 6-day-old pig bacon, and then I'm gonna fuck you inside out with a pitchfork. That sounds like a doozy.
See, Cletus, I that's why you scare me, because I know you do that shit for real. So you know what? I'm glad because I like Noof, but you know what? But you my man. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, I'm glad you didn't hurt Noof and disrespect him. But yeah, man, it's good to have you back, man. It is, I hated that you was that Noof decided to leave, but man, you know what I'm saying? It was all about you, Cletus. All about you.
I go take him, man. My grandmammy, she's still alive. She's about 95 years old, I think, if I'm correct. And she said she got a massive crush on you. And she said, if you ever come to my house to visit, that she is going to dust your beans and wieners. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. She will grease.
Do I need a little bit of this? Do I need a little bit of this?
Oh, you need a whole cake for that. Maybe a bottle of moonshine to take that stench off.
All right.
Oh my God.
We got a few questions in the chat here.
I ain't
Cletus.
asking Cletus shit. Sound like Cletus gonna fuck a duck. I'm good.
That's how some of these folks out here sound. So you know what I'm saying? That's why I can relate to Cletus, man. Shout out.
You got that strong content.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions for Safe House before we go? Anybody for the Safe House question? Come on.
Damn, it's like nobody likes Safe House. What the fuck?
If you don't have a question, that's all right. Safe House will just come in. He'll chime in before we go.
Okay, Safe House. What did you think of the performance of the Disney podcast last week?
What's going on, baby? The Safe House Sammy, man. You fucking talking to me about Disney? I'm Snake. Who the fuck watches Walt Disney fucking movies? Goddamn purified fucking bullshit. I ain't fucking knowing Disney. Honest to God, I'm still fucking hurt after watching State of Play in that fucking game where that girl got that tight ass suit on. Jesus Christ, she can fucking snap off steel rods with them fucking bunions. God damn, fucking yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Funky shit. Yeah.
Damn.
Fucking talk ass.
K Mega, give him some lotion. Give him some of that lotion, K Mega.
Bro, here you go, right here. Let me just pass it.
There's a goddamn guy in the chat right there saying fucking drunken donut. And I'm loving that guy, drunken donut. You should hang out sometime. I'll tell you.
There you go, right here, right there. There you go, right there. Get some of that.
Safe House. You old enough to Barney? You old enough for Bonnie Ross, man. You think you can bring her out of retirement?
Bonnie Ross, her name was old when the dinosaurs went extinct. I don't know why they even kept her around, but it's okay. She did what she had to do while she had to do it, and that's it. Her days is over and done. Okay, now it's up to that Joseph fucking Staten guy. He looks like he's a more fucking straight up version of that fucking weasel dog that's over at Sony. What's his name? That little squeaky motherfucker that makes all the technology. Talks about rapid.
Mark Cerny.
Yeah,
Mark Cerny.
Joseph State and Mark Cerny. They look like they could be fucking brothers. You know what I mean?
Hell no.
Did he call him a weenie dog?
I think so. I think so. He called him
Yeah,
a
man.
wiener dog.
Them motherfuckers gotta get their shit straight over there. Come on, let's get this Halo going, baby. You got the master fucking chief. He ain't the master fucking queef. Let's go. Let's bring this shit up, baby.
My
You know,
God.
this open world, that open
Come
sesame.
on, man.
You guys can do this shit. Let's go 3-4-3. Let's do it, baby. Yeah, Caucasians.
Damn.
I'm done.
I'm done. Sounds like Save Us
Glad
is
to
the
have
last
you back,
name
brother.
for-
I swear to God, it's glad to have you back.
All right, God.
And you brought
good
a senior
stuff,
citizen with you. I respect your gangster.
Right. I'm surprised
Well,
that there wasn't both of these old geezers
Well,
on
I
here,
said,
man. You know what
Shut
I'm saying?
up.
me, Sir X-Man, Wize Old Gamer, and Cerebral Paul, I swear to God, I'm pretty sure we are now the oldest podcast in fucking YouTube.
And you the young boy on the staff.
Right. Yeah, you the kid. You the baby.
I'm the baby up in here. That's it.
You the baby.
Ain't it funny? The oldest guy shows up and the youngest guy shows up, but the two in the middle.
Oh man.
Cerebral
Well, you know
Paul,
what?
Cerebral
If-
Paul wheelchair
if
got caught in some
If
quicksand. He'd
you're
be
at
right.
a gangbang, you know that it's always first few guys in the middle.
Yeah.
That's my God, man.
Man.
Paul crazy.
Great show tonight, guys. Let's let everybody get out of here, and we will start with our incredible guests. Who thank you, guys. We're able to answer the call and come in and and make this a dynamite show tonight. So let's start off with the man who brings the mega to every podcast. K Mega, bro. Where can people find you? What's happening with you next?
Man, I just wanted to show you, like, man, I always keep, you know what I'm saying, some hand stuff on deck. You got your short, you got your this
son.
or you
What
can get,
the
you know what I'm saying,
fuck?
you know what I'm saying, you get that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
I'm
how he
always
keeps them
keeping it-
fighting fingers fresh.
Yes,
Lord
yes.
have mercy.
And for people my age, you know, you're gonna need a little bit of this too. So do not get it.
What the hell was that?
What, man? Multivitamins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, one a day. Hell yeah, man. Look, man, I'm an old ass man, bro.
All of Viagra.
You know what I'm saying? Have your lotion on deck. Your hands get ashy like Sir X-Man's. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you know,
His hands definitely look like he been playing in chalk.
it does. That shit look ashy. That shit look
He
rough.
slap you. He's gonna like you get hit.
We
with
gonna
his,
call you Ashy Larry X. So, look at it. Look at that ugly ass hands. Anyway, but we appreciate it.
hands. Those are paws. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh man, everybody have a good one, man. Really appreciate for the invite, man. Noof, glad to have you back, brother.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Hit me up anytime, man.
You bet. All right, to the man who always makes every podcast he's on dynamite and exciting, the man who definitely brings the facts. It's our good friend Lemon. What about Dragons TV, brother? Let people know where they can catch up with you next, probably on a Saturday night, I'm sure. Let us break it down.
Yeah, or every day on my show, man. I mean, every day on my channel. I appreciate you for having me, Noof. It's a pleasure to have you back. You got a stellar team. I expect y'all to bring that heat and fire as always.
Toasty.
I appreciate you paying respect to my senior citizen man over there with that blue stick in his car so he could park anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sir X, man. Shout out to Sir, my brother Sir X, man. Shout out to everybody who pulled up tonight, who's back on the scene supporting you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's without them, there's no us, man. So I appreciate everybody for coming out. Appreciate you for having me. And like I said again, it's a pleasure having you back, man. You was missed. Facts.
Appreciate that, bro. It's good to be back. Yes, and it's good to be back with Sir X-Man. He expressed interest in being on the show, and man, when he gets it going, he certainly lays it out there for you, including those crusty hands or whatever he had up there tonight, Sir X-Man. Let people know what's happening with you, my friend.
Canadian flip.
Oh, it's a boot team.
Oh man.
I'm sorry.
But no, it's been fun. I'm glad my buddies came in and helped us out, man. You know what I'm saying? or else we would have been done like about an hour ago. But nah, it's been fun. Love hearing Lemon. Love hearing K Mega, even though I'll see him, hear him Friday and Thursday.
Yep.
But other than that,
Get your old ass to work.
yeah, I gotta get up in a few hours, dude. So you know,
You bet.
But nah, great topics, great reminiscing, man. It was.
Where you work? The Gin
man.
Rummy House?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
What you talking about, Lemon? What you talking about?
Man. And Lemon, you already should know that there was another thing that I didn't put on deck that that I always keep near me. You know, you
What?
gave me the nickname for that.
What?
Oh, he's got my water.
Water. The water buffalo is in the building.
You thought this was a soda. No, this was water.
Water.
No matter what show I'm on, my outro always gets interrupted.
I'm sorry.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
No matter.
You gotta have that water.
You take so long.
Yeah, right. You know
Because you be wheeling it in like you going to the morgue.
I'm going to sleep. I'm going
That's
to
for
sleep.
any
I can go
podcast.
to work.
Hey.
Y'all have a good one. Lead us out, Noof. Lead us
He
out.
come on like Star Wars. Well, in a galaxy far, far away.
One more super chat before we close the show.
Lemon,
This one
your
comes in,
father.
TK chilling. He drops $10 and says, "Great show, thanks." Well, thank you, TK. Greatly appreciated. Thanks for stopping by, checking out the show, guys. And make sure that you share this out. Hit the like button if you can, or just send me some feedback. What you like, what you don't like, all that good stuff. It's all appreciated. Appreciate you guys. The chat's amazing as always. See you back here again next week. And again, thanks to our guests. We'll have them back soon, I promise. But up until then, you guys have yourself a fantastic night, and take care, everybody, and game on.
Peace.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Look, these hands ain't look how smooth these hands